Because filler would take a lot to rebuild, and I don't want to
Hello,
deal with
everybody.
that right now.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons Valkyrie, a Dungeons and Dragons homebrew campaign where a bunch of, for the most part, complete strangers who met on Reddit actually become the best of friends while playing Dungeons and Dragons live for you every Monday night at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am the Dungeon Master for the game, The Majestic, which you can find on these games on my YouTube channel, either at YouTube, which is www.youtube.com/C, as in the letter, /The Majestic, or you can find in the link down below here at Twitch, or you can find just by searching The Majestic, all one word, and it will be the very first search result, or of course you can watch this on Twitch again every Monday night at www.twitch.tv/The Majestic Gaming. Today I am joined by the same incredible group as last week, who I will let introduce themselves, as well as the character that they are going to be playing tonight as we continue the journey in the world of Valkyrie and the town of Lumb. Starting with Rachel playing as Mira. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Rachel. I'm playing our half-elven rogue, Mira Helder.
Very, very nice, yes. And now Brandon.
Hello, I'm playing Jax, the Black Dragonborn Paladin.
Nicely done. Justin?
Hi, I am Justin. I am playing the Fire Genasi Warlock Zashmar Efreet, who I think is currently in a coma, but I'm still playing him.
He's only unconscious for a little while.
Yeah, which we'll get back
Yeah,
into in a bit.
We'll get better.
But, yeah, he'll get back. But, where else can we find you, Justin?
I am also Zero Score all over the internet, specifically YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, maybe.
Perfect.
Check those out.
Thank you very much. And Charlie, go ahead and say hello.
Hello everyone, I'm Charlie, and I'm playing our half-elf sorcerer, Calvin Deer.
Perfectly done. Now I will add, which it might be my stuff, but Charlie and Justin, you two sound a little bit quiet. I'm not sure if that's everyone or just me. It might just be me, though. So, where we left off last week. Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
In last week's episode, the group had just gotten to Lumb, where they found out that the town itself is not very accepting of all magical practitioners, and sorry, it's really difficult trying to do both audio and this, but right now my audio is, it won't let me turn it down. It will either be too loud or off, and I'm trying to get it right in the middle. But, they went into the town of Lumb, where they quickly found out that not all magic was accepted, but they also found out that Zash has been dealing with something. In the middle of the night, Zash, who was in his own room, from the group, but coincidentally enough, the room next door to them, had a bit of a weird interaction with the voice that he's been hearing for some time. And the group first met this voice, whether they know it or not, as Zash was trying to flee, and the voice yelled out, betting him that he could not get away from the group quicker than they would come to save his life, or so they think.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching.
But,
This song is from my really good friend Salome Scheidegger's brand new album.
Oh, I see what I did. I'm gonna try something a bit different, actually, for the audio, because I did another problem. Yeah. And English. Alright. But where we ended off last episode is, after this incident, Zash just was knocked unconscious. Not so much so by the group when they were trying to sort of stop him with force after he fired on Delilah, doing a good bit of damage to her, but also sort of by the voice itself, who warned that he will now have to think about his choices while he's unconscious for quite some time. We now join up in the morning. Everyone else was in their own room, aside from Jax, who stayed next to Zash the entire night. And you guys wake up well rested. There was no signs of any incidences throughout the night other than what had already happened at about 3 a.m. And the day is to do what you guys would like. Everybody in the first room wakes up. That is Mira, Kelrendir, and Delilah.
That was quite an eventful night,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I
Can
suppose
I-
you should check into Jax.
Probably. Can I go to the little desk and with my quill and ink and parchment, can I write, in Thieves' Cant, Sarlacc said you had some items, I could buy, and I'll write maybe 2 of those.
You'll write 2 of the notes?
Yes.
Okay.
'Cause I want to post them at the bottom of the stairs and then at the front door.
Okay.
Oh.
Sounds good.
Say meet in room, and we're 316, right?
Oh. That I did not make a note of. Yeah, we'll say that.
I think it was
Yes,
314 and 316, but I can't
They
remember
were
which
the
one was
even
which.
rooms, I remember that, but yeah.
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 It was the
So I remember
No.
being 314 and you guys being next to me.
It was
Yeah, that would be right.
214, wasn't it? Because the,
No, we were on the 3rd floor. I think. Were we on the 3rd floor?
the 3rd floor
Definitely.
was the
14.
penthouse.
Right.
Because
So I
it's
think-
No, we were on
birthday,
second floor.
I remember.
So I think it's 214. So go ahead and make
It's
a note.
314.
Is it?
Yes, because it's my birthday. I remember.
Oh yeah, we made a note about that. Okay.
Yeah,
So
because
it
the
is-
penthouse was a 4th floor.
Because I didn't know whether or not I counted the main floor as rooms. Gotcha. 3.14159265358979. All right, sorry.
Okay, so we're in.
Nerd.
Zash is in 314.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I want to make those, and then when we go downstairs, I'll post one by the entryway to the main hall, and then one at the front door.
All right. Throughout the evening or right now? Or I mean morning. Jesus. It's evening out here, but
As we go downstairs.
as you guys. Okay.
I'm not going to go up and down the stairs.
Yeah, Kel, do you want to go check on Zash? Delilah says.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
Okay. After you.
I'm gonna walk out the door and head into the next room. If it's
Delilah
open.
walks up, knocks.
Or it's not.
Jax gets up and answers the door.
Yeah, at this point you're slowly coming to consciousness. There in front of you, Zash, or Jax, you see Zash still lying there, unconscious. He doesn't seem to respond at all to the knocking, but you get up, you walk over to the door, you open it up, and there, a very, rather smiley Delilah is standing there, sort of looking at you and looking up at Kel, like, up at Kel, and even though she is, like, a normal height person, Kelrendir is a good bit taller than her, maybe a head or so, but, and then there's
How's
Kel
he holding
standing-
up?
How's he doing?
About the same.
Has he woken up?
He is not.
Has the amulet made any sort of weird glows or sounds or anything like that?
Have I noticed anything else from the amulet?
You have not. There's been no glowing from it. The only time you ever really saw it glow was when it did attune, because almost anything that attunes to a person will glow during this magical process. But much like any other object, it's just stayed normal and dormant for the entirety of the night.
Okay.
I would like to peek in and look at the amulet, and do I still see the smoke screen kind of coming off of it?
Did you cast a spell for that? Or
No,
did I
it was
say
a
that
perception
was
roll.
perception roll?
So I roll for perception again.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception again.
Okay. 6 plus.
That's
3, I
You're
think?
sort of like still waking up, and you still got those crusts in your
I
eyes,
see.
and your eyes just like look a bit
There's that.
foggy, and you're just like, oh, what's going on? It does appear that there's still darkness around him, but that could just be a very dark blanket from all you can tell.
Jeez. Alright.
You can try and go closer and actually like sit up next to him, inspect him, check for any cuts or anything, but right now, again, you're peeking into the room, as you said.
The amulet it's like inside of him, right? It's
No, it's sort of, it's like
Halfway.
adhered to his skin, but it's still
Okay.
on the outside of his chest.
I gotcha. Alright. I'm gonna go see if this place serves breakfast, but first I'm gonna cast invisibility.
That's smart. That's smart because again, in the last episode, guys, Kelrendir had quite a problem with the innkeeper, who just did not want to give him a room at all, and really he did not even pitch in any wage to sleep with these people. No, he just was like, "Can I sleep here for tonight?" And they were like, "Sure." And then he made a bunch of delicious food, so they're like, "That's okay." But yeah, he probably should not be seen too much around this building. Anyway, just wanted to explain that bit. Yeah, Delilah is absolutely going to follow you, but then when she sees you disappear, she's just gonna halt for a minute, be like, "Uh-oh, what do I do?" And then she decides to just lead the trek, and assumes that you're gonna be following her now.
I'm probably done with writing those notes by now, right?
Yeah.
These can't take a while.
It takes a while, you said?
I think it takes like twice as long or something like that from normal speech.
Oh, okay. Twice as long for normal speech, but still, even writing
I
a
think.
note that's two
Yeah.
simple notes that say that, yeah, you definitely would have been done.
Okay, so I'm gonna post those.
Alright. You guys head downstairs. It seems rather quiet. The lady who was behind the front desk last evening is still there. A good bit more chipper, actually, today. She smiles at you guys, and she goes, "How was your rest?" Tamira is
scowling.
right down. Okay. Yeah. She just, the smile slowly fades away, and she's just like, acts like she never even
God.
said anything, and just begins to continue writing in her book, you know, like that was what she was doing all along. Just, okay.
We're so rude, but they deserve it, you know?
She was rude. And you posted up on the front. When you go down the stairs, there is like this little bulletin board, semi-close to the door on the wall that the door is on, that has a number of listings.
What kind of listings?
You see one with like a hand-drawn bull human monster, and it says reward 500 gold pieces to slay the monster in the not the never-ending forest, yada yada yada. I have the map right here in the forest event.
Do I notice that?
As you go downstairs, Delilah's searching around. I'm sure that you guys go down the front steps at one point and notice that, yeah.
Okay, cool. Does she take it, or could I take
I'm
that
just-
slip of paper?
I'm just-
She
What kind of-
continues to walk past the bulletin board. You two head downstairs. First, her leading down the steps. You guys see Mira there putting up the piece of paper, and she's looking left and right for the cafeteria, and she heads off into the study. That's off to your guys' right. Straight ahead of you is Mira, still at the bulletin board, and yeah, there is that listing. And then there are a couple of other listings as well. One of them, it's interesting, one of them says, join the Fighters Guild, yada yada yada, and it's like this big extravagant speech that someone, if they were to say it with the right tone of voice, it would persuade you in an instant. And it's like on a nice, gleaming, brand new piece of paper. It must have just been put up that day. Then there's a much more run down piece of paper right next to it. And in much smaller letters, it's difficult to tell exactly what it says, but you can see the word guild on it. And whoever's taking a look at this bulletin board closely enough, I want you to go ahead and make a perception check for me. Or investigation check.
I would like
Investigation?
to look at
Yeah.
this as well.
18.
18, nice.
Natural 20.
Natural
Yeah,
20.
boy.
Both of you are able to understand what it says, but Kelrendir, with sort of a natural draw right to it, knows immediately the symbol on this piece of paper, and much less flamboyantly, it has the symbol of the guild on it, and then below it says Mages Guild of the town of Lumb, which draws your attention. This being a not magic friendly town, there's still a post to join the Mages Guild.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Could you guys excuse me for 1 second? I'll be
In
right
person?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
So-
in player, you're invisible. They don't even know.
So on the thing, could I tell it's the same symbol,
Yeah. You sort of see it's
or at least similar?
it's a six-sided star in a circle with different symbols around each side at each point of the star, with their smaller circles coming off of them. And these are, one of them you do see as the symbol for Valkyrie. Another one you see is the sun. Another one is the moon. Then you have fire, and what you believe to be air.
Would these be in any association to a religion, just because it has the symbol for the Valkyrie?
Symbol for it's. You get the idea that. Just do actually a base history check for me.
All right. Oh, 5.
They might be. They could be. Yeah, probably. I mean, you recognize one of the symbols. It's got to be religion, right?
I'll ask Delilah or Jax about it.
Alright. Delilah's already headed off into the front area, and actually, let's go ahead and make sure we get to know what Jax is doing. Jax, what would you like to do today?
You cut out. I didn't.
Oh, what are you doing? What would you like to do?
Well, Jax didn't leave the room with Zash. Everyone just kind of ditched him after asking him one question, so there's no idea where anybody went.
You didn't even see Mira.
Right. But he's gonna take out one of his water orbs and just like drain the water on to Zash, knowing he hates water, and hope that does something.
Aw. Just like, Inger feels him. Let's see. I like that. Zash.
Yes.
We join once again into your subconscious. The same dark, it's almost like it's a continual dusk. The sun is ever fading, but it's always disappearing. And it never fully vanishes, but there's never the hope that it's gonna rise as quickly as it goes. It's cold still. Everything has a blue tint to it all around you, including this grassy mush beneath your feet. It's sort of like you're in a swamp a little bit, but it's a big open field. Everything is damp, cold, and you hear sort of something moving in the water around you. Then then a startling splash upward as water splashes onto you, and it hurts. It is painful. But whatever made that noise disappears once more and seems to vanish into the much deeper depths of this water than you originally assumed. But you still have enough land to walk on. Occasionally throughout this long time that you've been here, which has been, feels like, based on your best approximation, 3 days, you walk and you're still as close to the tree line, because again, it's a big open field, but you're surrounded by this forest in a big circle, it seems, and when you walk in one direction toward the tree line, it's still as far as it's ever been. Alright, and then we go back out to the group. Any cries or pleads that you might yell out seem to have no effect and nobody hearing it. But everybody, Delilah once again is walking to inside the study, and she walks up against the right-hand wall as you guys turn the corner, and there is a door in the back of it, which you guys did not see in the past, because again, this wall is sort of blocked off by the front desk. But there are, of course, the 2 chairs of the study, the little fireplace, and then to the right of that fireplace, between the wall and the fireplace, is a door, which is open, and very, very beautiful scents effervescently fill the air of bacon and eggs and toast.
I go to the door.
You follow her. Again, Delilah's just assuming that Kelrendir is behind her as well.
Yes, I'll follow. Can you guys hear me better now, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be quiet.
Hello.
Yeah, you're good.
That's good.
Better.
And let me know if I cut out again. That was unfortunate that my mic did that. You guys walk in, and there appears to be 5 people sitting at, like, they're little 2-person seat, the tables and chairs, like really tiny chairs. Not like really low to the ground, but they're just made out of like really thin branches, it looks, with a sort of elegant branch design on the back of the chairs, but any large creature probably could not dine in this very small room. And off to the right there appears to be a swinging door that is shaking closed now, as all you can assume is that somebody just walked back into there, but you hear the clanging of kitchenware and dining tools from inside of there, as well as people eating at their little tables.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to conjure a rat. And I'm just gonna let it go into the room.
Now, it has the sound and the look of it, right?
It pretty much, if I'm not mistaken,
is it, except for it's not there.
It is that, yeah.
It smells like a rat, looks like a rat, okay.
Feels like a rat, yeah.
So there were like still like 2 tables like still open and stuff with 4 chairs, but Delilah, looking around for a perfect seat, walks up to one. As below her feet, she just sees another rat and immediately knows, oh no. You see this rat scurry across the ground. As all of a sudden, there were 3 ladies, 2 gentlemen. The ladies all appeared to be human. One of the gentlemen was half elvish, it looked, and one of the gentlemen was human as well. They all just begin to scream, freak out. The gentleman a bit more, ah! And the ladies, ah! Scream at the top of their lungs, pushing past you guys to get out of the way. In fact,
I have a question.
number of them, yes?
Are they going through the door we just came out?
The door you guys just came out. In fact, a number of them push into Kelrendir, but don't even notice that they pushed into a invisible figure because they're just trying to get their way out.
As one of them is passing, can I try to pickpocket one of them?
Yes. I will say roll a sleight of hand, but with disadvantage because they're running past you as fast as they can.
9.
You do not successfully. Your hand tries to reach in, but unfortunately, at the moment you feel like you got your fingers on something special, it just yanks away. You sort of tug at their jacket a little bit of one of the gentlemen, and he just like looks back for a millisecond, pulls his pocket and coat toward him more so, and continues to dart out of the room. Yeah. That is
I'm just in my invisible state.
Is like empty now.
In my invisible state, as they're running out, I want to like say, "Someone should condemn this building." Like somebody in the crowd has suggested it.
I'm just gonna grab some food.
Same. Yeah, me too.
There are now half-eaten plates full of food there. It looks like this was really made to order kind of food, not really a banquet style thing.
That's what I thought, and I knew I would have to steal someone's food. So I just
I'm gonna eat someone else's leftovers. I don't care.
Okay, you guys start to dig into some half-eaten eggs and bacon. At one point in your bacon, you get something that's even more crunchy than the bacon, and you wonder if this might be like.
Oh god.
You don't know. But you continue to eat anyway. You put it past your.
I'd like to use prestidigitation to clean the food, if I can do that.
You know what? You use prestidigitation once more, and it looks like a gourmet. It's like one of those little, perfectly cylindrical egg cake form thing, where it looks like the exact size, and then there's like bacon lying up peaceably against it, and then parsley overlaying the top of it. It looks gourmet AF. Like, it is super fancy. Tastes the same.
That's awesome.
Tastes like eggs. Yeah. Alright. You guys just about finish up your scraps as this big burly gentleman comes out with 2 plates now, and he walks backwards through the handleless door as it swings open. All right, now who has the? Where'd they all go?
They saw a rat.
Oh no.
I'm still invisible, right?
Yeah, you're still invisible,
Okay,
unless you explicitly
No.
told me, which you did not.
I'm not gonna uncast that. And it lasts for an hour, so.
You guys, oh boy.
Because I saw the rat, I know he's in here somewhere, right?
The rat? Oh,
No.
Cal.
Oh, Cal.
You can assume you've seen him pull this trick a number of times. And you know what? Yeah. In fact, you're just seeing pieces of bacon fly up and randomly vanish
Yeah.
like a little crunch. Like, yeah, you notice that he's in there.
Okay.
Um,
Is that food paid for already?
Why?
No, none of this was.
It comes with the room, but if you want it, it's yours. You do have a room here, right?
Yeah, room,
All right.
316.
Have at it, he says, and he places them on the table, and he's like, I'm glad the rat didn't upset you, so,
I've seen a lot worse.
well, okay. And he just starts out quickly, not really knowing how to respond to that last bit.
What was on his tray that he brought out?
It looked like more plates of eggs and bacon, scrambled on one, sunny side up on another, 2 pieces of toast on each, and 3 strips of bacon, although the one with the sunny side up egg has sausage links.
Oh, if I could just invisibly walk over and like grab a couple pieces of toast and then just stab one sausage link and take it back to wherever I'm sitting. Should I roll for like dexterity?
He placed
I mean,
them
I
on
can
the table.
give you food.
He
Oh,
placed
I
them
can
on the
give you
table and, like,
food.
walked
Alright.
out. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He walked back through that door and assumed that you guys would be happy with this. And
Right.
there is another little table up against the window which has a pitcher of orange juice and some cups next to it as well. But that's about it.
While they're eating, Jax doesn't want to leave Zash alone because he thinks it's just the drow poison that knocked him out and he'll wake up soon. So he picks him up and like fastens him to his back like a backpack, tying it with some rope he's got hands and feet, and starts walking downstairs.
Okay. Later on, he's like, "Oh boy, he's getting heavy." Sprinkle some pixie dust on him. All right.
This is the second time
Yeah.
this has happened to us.
Yeah, that would be.
I'm a lot lighter.
You start to head downstairs. You just catch the glimpse of people running out of the front door as the one lady is surprised, going, "Where are you going? We can give you a night's stay." Oh boy, you really gotta call an exterminator. And then she's just like head back down in the book. Doesn't draw too much attention, or doesn't pay too much mind, I should say, to how you have a humanoid strapped to your back.
And I see the rats come running out, right? Or the people
Yeah,
come.
it chased after them, I'm pretty sure.
So then I have a inkling that my companions are in there.
Yeah, it's a safe bet.
Okay, I walk in there.
Alright. You walk in, you see again now floating sausage Link, and floating, or I should say, and Mira eating, Delilah eating, everybody digging in pretty well, it seems.
Upon seeing them enter, I'm going to collect whatever food I have left and then like put it on a plate and sort of put it in front of them.
Aw.
Just like,
You just
"Here
see
you
it
go,
floating.
guys."
You just see little bits and piles of food start to pile up on this little plate as it just mysteriously floats in front of your face.
Oh
And then-
my god, this place is amazing!
And then I'm gonna walk out of the door behind them and go to where the innkeeper is.
Oh no.
And I would like to use prestidigitation to conjure as many coins as I can. I think it's 3 handfuls of
Oh my god.
illusory items. So I just want to, and I want to like conjure them on the desk in front of her.
Platinum?
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright.
And I just want to see what she does with them.
It's like the faint sound of like slot machines that you just hear as you just all of a sudden just piles of platinum pieces as shiny as could be, like they had just come out of the mint of the Citadel. They just like pour down, piling up on this table in front of her, head and hand, as she's writing, and she just looks at this pile wide-eyed, so amazed. And let's actually see. Okay. She goes to pick up the money, and with her hands like spread out, ready to collect it, she goes, "I'll finally be able to live on my own." And she goes to pick them up.
my god!
And she just
Jax,
moves
your
right
your job
through
as
them.
moral compass has gotten a lot harder.
It just moves right through the pieces of platinum as the joy just disappears from her face completely.
Does prestige? Can I summon objects that are like physical?
Pretty sure not.
I'm gonna have to read the effect.
Yeah, I'll double check it too, but I'm almost positive that prestidigitation creates the illusory sense of something. Meaning it is only ever going to be an illusion.
Yes. Okay. It is an illusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can make objects with later spells, but
Great. Okay, so it moves right through.
yeah,
She
her
moves
hands
right through it.
move right through it. She goes to pick it up,
Just
this
a
look of disappointment overcomes her face, and her eyebrows wince as she is debating what just happened. Is someone messing with her? Is she going mad?
I'm gonna make them disappear again.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take my quarterstaff, and I'm just gonna hit her on the head with it.
Oh my god!
Gosh.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. It's gonna be 6 plus nothing. 6.
6 to hit.
Oh, to hit.
Yeah,
No.
it's still an attack roll. You gotta swing for it.
13.
13. Let me just double check. Oh my god. Um, 13 does not hit.
So I missed
Yeah.
with the question.
Yeah.
Well, a good
Really
thing nobody
disappointed.
did That would have been embarrassing.
She just starts to break out in tears as she drops to the ground after she thought that her dreams were going to be fulfilled. She drops to the ground sobbing. As you bring your quarterstaff through the air, there's just this big whiff as it goes right above her head as she drops down. And for a moment, again, she like almost notices it, but yeah, does not as she drops to the ground. And now is just crying.
Okay. I'm gonna go back in and check on the rest of the group.
Jax is currently putting a sausage link into Zash's mouth like a stogie, so it's there for when he wakes up.
For when he wakes up. Just like gonna wake up, ooh, thank goodness I have sausage. I love it.
Just immediate. No, my wife just came around the corner like I was dying. Action.
Acting! Alright, you join with the rest of the group, who had no clue that you ever left. And they are all finishing up, I feel, as everybody's stomach becomes a lot more full. You guys are ready to partake in the day, it feels.
So,
Right.
do we want to try and sell some stuff while we're here, or do we want to wait for the Citadel for that?
We can see what they'll offer us here.
At least the more mundane items.
Right.
I'm gonna head outside now, says Delilah, hoping that somewhere in the air Kelrendir can hear her.
You know, Delilah, I say from my stealth, you have a wonderful sounding voice.
Thank you, she says, and she begins to very visibly blush, but she's like, okay, let's go outside and then you can hopefully drop this form.
Oh no, I'm keeping this form.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
staying
Delilah,
in this-
I just don't know what you see in him.
Oh god.
That was great.
Cheesy AF, I love it. Alright. You guys all
Yeah.
begin to head out of the inn. Well, I should say Delilah begins to head out of the inn and begin to look for shops.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the market area. Is there anything that's
Yeah. I want to try and
Um,
see a blacksmith first, so that's what I'll look for.
same?
Alright. Which market area? Like the little carts that you guys first saw when you walked into the town?
Anything
No.
where product is displayed out in the open,
Okay, yeah. as
where
you
anyone
walk-
could just like pick it up or something.
You guys certainly do find such things. This one is just a unmarked building which has some nice architecture to it. But then you walk down and you do see a armory with what appears to be good bits of chainmail, items like that. Over here is a miscellaneous shop called Trinkets. Jesus, I cannot talk for some reason. Trinkets and toys. But it has on its display more so really random items. Some jewelry, of course, which it looks like they're trying to sell. Rings of the item. One of a very super shiny brass ring that catches your eye almost as the sun is glaring right down on it and into your eye as you walk past. Which is rather close to what appears to be a jar of nail clippings for some reason too. Like, you don't know, it's really random items. And then down the way as well, you find a regular clothing shop, which has a lot more elaborate gowns and garments to wear for more so formal attire, which is right behind the armory. And then you do find what appears to be just like one of the people at the carts selling weapons. You guys could branch out further to look more about town, but that's all that catches your eye at the moment.
I want to start with the armory first. What about
Alright.
you all?
I agree.
I'll follow.
You guys
You with us, Cal?
He said yeah.
I'll wink.
I can't
to let
see
them
him.
know
Oh.
that
I can't
I'm
see him.
following.
That's true. That's true. Thank you for playing in game, but I thought that his character said that. I apologize. That was my bad.
Just grab onto someone's clothing so we know you're there.
I'll. Who am I closest to right now?
Probably Jax with Zash on his back.
Okay, I'll just like tug on. Jax, are you wearing plate mail or chainmail or?
Chainmail.
Okay, I'll just tug on his chainmail and
Okay.
jingle it.
Ching, 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 ching. You hear.
Alright.
You guys begin to walk in, and it smells like just pure iron in this entire room. Like a mixture of blood, bonfire, and just all sorts of metal fill the air with a tiny bit of sulfur too, but you can't tell if that's the eggs from this morning. You look around and there is what appears to be a small forge over in the back right hand corner and a large counter in front of you. The walls are decorated with all sorts of armorware. None of them really, off the bat, to those who can tell what magical items look like, none of them have very magical auras emanating off them, but they do look extravagantly and spectacularly made. Some very fine craftsmanship for many of the chainmail pieces in particular, you can tell, and they just flow like a gown across the street, how well these pieces of chainmail are put together. And behind that counter is a big, another burly man, but this guy with a very large brown beard, which I will point at mine just to, but he has a completely bald head, which appears to be stained by soot and ash along his face and the top of his forehead, and he is wearing a bright, I shouldn't say bright, but like a sort of lumberjack kind of coat or overshirt with red and black stripes and more soot-stained pants. And he goes, "Why, hello there. What could I help you with today?"
Is there like a counter right there?
Yeah, there's a counter up in the front, and then again in the front back right is the forge, and there are some mannequins around too, scattered.
And did you say that he was
the door.
human?
He looks at no defining qualities such as elvish ears, no stain to his skin. He looks completely human.
Okay.
I lay Zash down on one of the counters.
Alright, you walk up to the front desk counter there. You move past a couple of the mannequins with armor, and you just take the pieces of rope off of your shoulders and arms as this humanoid just sloops down. Pick it up, drag it, and sprawl it, Zash across the counter. Is he okay?
He's fine. He's just unconscious. He'll wake up soon.
Okay, I don't want to be an accessory.
He drank too much last night.
Don't we all? Alright, just be sure to get him better protection in the future. Yeah.
Do you have any splint armor?
I do not have any splint armor. That is one of the few things that I'm missing. I've been told that I gotta branch out. Splint armor, spiked armor, you gotta go to some more specialty areas for that, and ring mail. But I do have plate armor, which is another kind of heavy armor if you'd like.
And how much is that?
The plate armor will cost you 2,000 gold.
I pull out the short sword that I took off those drow we killed, the one with the poison.
You gave that to me.
I had 2.
You had 2, okay.
Yep.
Nice.
And I asked what he would give to me for that, like, or if he would take a chunk off of the armor.
Well. This looks like quite a fine piece of craftsmanship. Although, let's see his... Yeah. These are particularly used by the creatures of the Underdark, no?
That's where I found it.
Ah. Spent much time in the Underdark, then?
Not much time, no.
Okay. You know... I'd be willing to make an even trade.
You've got yourself a deal.
Alright. Here is your plate armor. And you he hands it over, and this big burly man makes it look like it's absolutely nothing as he takes it off the display that's behind him, because this is one of the most valuable things he has, like, in this entire shop. He picks it up like it's nothing, hands it over to you as 45 pounds, just surprise you. And even for your large form, this is a heavy bit of armor, but it does make your armor class permanently 18.
Yes, it does. Which, with
Awesome.
my +1, is 19.
Oh, hot damn.
I take off my old armor and put this on right here.
Alright.
I have been informed by someone listening to the stream and chat that it is only set to Justin's face right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry everyone. Hello, Justin.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry, everyone.
No, you're good. We're just reminding them what they're missing for a short bit of time. Like, we're reminding them of the glory that will be back in the game soon. I am sorry though, because again, usually it is going back and forth between the people who are talking. But, oh yeah, you take off the armor. What kind of armor have you got there then?
Chainmail.
Oh.
Do you offer anything for this?
Oh. Take it off your back for 30 gold.
How about another trade? Do you have any strong leather armors?
Oh, well, nothing really for... I have regular leather armor. I could actually give you 2 bits of leather armor for that, but it's not worth it for me to give you any of the studded leather. That's all I can say.
How about just 50 gold pieces.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. It does look quite a bit beat up, if I do say so. So,
Still strong and sturdy.
how do I know?
Well, I'm still standing here alive, aren't I?
Well, yeah, but it could have done its job, and then you wank her off with it. Like, I'll go up to 35. It looks okay, but I cannot be sure. I have to be sure that it's supported. I probably have to repad the inside with new leather. 35 is the best I can do.
I'll take it.
Alright. And how about you, little lady? He looks down at Mira.
Well, I was hoping that I could sell some of my items if you
Well,
want them. Some of them would just probably be for scraps.
I could buy. What kinds of scraps? Like base pelts? Or ingots? Or ore?
Just some scrap metal. Let me take a look what I have. Okay, pick it up. That's out through the blacksmith. Yeah, we're just on this page. Let's see. I have some caltrops. I don't know if you could use those or repurpose them. I have some just plain iron spikes. I don't have any use for them. I have a set of leather armor.
Would you like to upgrade it? I could possibly put some studded.
Well, that's what I'm
bits
already
with
wearing,
the
as you can
Ah,
see.
Yes, of course. My bad.
That's alright.
I work close to the fire all day long, and you know how it is.
Yeah, it's early in the morning too, so unless you've had some
Wait,
coffee
wait,
or something,
it is? Oh, blast.
it's all right. I have this war pick, and a set of heavy armor. I don't know what kind because it was Hemet's.
Now, let me take a closer look at that heavy armor. You lift it up to him, and he takes a little bit of a look at it. It appears to be spiked armor. Ah. Okay. Yeah, you said that this was from a dwarf?
Yes.
Alright. That makes sense. This is spiked armor, most common among them. It has a leather coating around it, but these spikes here, dink, as he points to one of them and draws a little bit of blood, this can also add a good bit of a, let's say, an attack bonus if you use it properly enough. This one, it's about worth, I give you 40 gold for it.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's trying to skimp me?
Yes, you may.
Oh, gosh darn it. 9.
9?
9.
9. No, you can, he seems pretty honest, but yeah, it seems very honest and fair. Very honest and fair.
Alright. Would you be able to... Sorry about that.
Sorry, something fell off the shelves. Don't touch that over there.
Would you be able to buy all of this from me, or would you just be interested in the armor?
Well, are you looking to have no armor if I buy your studded leather as well?
I would prefer to have armor on.
That's what I would think. What kind of armor are you looking for? You could buy something, we could put it toward that.
Well, I'm not sure if anything else would do. I tend to be more swift, quiet. I don't like being very loud, and I think studded leather is the best thing that can get me that, but I'm not sure. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, for your movement and your stealth, really the only things that are gonna affect that more so are the chainmail and half plates. If you were to just get a breastplate, that would still do quite well. They can get a bit pricey, but it will not affect at all your stealth or your movement or speed. And it does give a good bit of protection as well. I've made it myself, I know.
Specs-wise, what would that be?
Out of game? It is 14 plus your dex.
Damn! And would this be in place of my studded leather?
This would be... yeah. In place of your studded leather, and then you'd have probably, like... yeah, it's like a full body armor kind of thing, even though it's just called the breastplate. We'll say full body. You can add, like, certain pants to it, though, like, I'm sure. Gives you a lot of room based armor-wise to mod.
And it doesn't hinder stealth. Is it a light armor?
It is a medium armor.
I can't use it. I can only use light armor. Yeah.
Oh, but...
So studded leather is the best for me, right? In that case?
Yeah, from what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can only use light armor. Darn.
Gotcha. So you're not gonna be selling that one then?
No, I kind of need it.
Yeah. Understandable.
But for all the other items, would you have any interest in them?
Well, again, I'll give you 40 gold for the one there with the shot bits.
Nothing for just the regular leather?
Well, I have lots of regular leather armor. I guess I could give you extra 5. I don't have much use for that one, though.
Maybe I could trade the leather in for some crossbow bolts?
Yeah, I think we could do that. I don't necessarily have many on hand, but I have been trying to do a few more weapons and ammo, and considering the only other seller of weapons in town is that little cart next door, I gotta sort of keep up with that a little bit, and I've been trying to tinker with arrows a little bit. If you give me a day, I'm sure I could give you 10 bolts for the leather.
Alright.
Alright.
And since you said you wanted more weapons, I do have this war pick.
Yes. In fact, my suggestion was going to be to go to the little cart, but... well... let me take a look at it. You hand it over, and it's... what's the quality of this war pick?
I just know it's Hemeth's war pick. That's all I know. I got it off of Hemeth.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looted his body.
Yeah, but, let's see, because it's, special item.
Probably way too heavy for me to use.
I think it is. What was his exact, species name? I forget it.
Durgar.
Yes. Thank you. Ah. Well. How about that? This looks rather good. I do notice, though, that it could be quite a bit difficult to swing if a creature isn't large enough. It's heavy, after all. How have you been carrying this thing around? My goodness, you must be no much larger than a badger.
It's been a bit of a Struggle.
Hmm.
Well, that's why I'm trying to sell it. I don't really have much of a use for it.
Have you ever tried to swing it?
Oh, goodness, no. I'm more for items of finesse, beauty, grace, that type of thing.
Yes. Well, considering the exact person I'll need to sell this to, and how it probably won't sell for a while, I could give you another additional 5 for it, but that's as good as I can do.
I think I'll keep the pick. But I will definitely give you this armor and trade the leather for the crossbow bolts.
Sounds good. I will have them in a day's time. You said it's daytime though, right?
Very early in the morning, yes.
Oh. Right after sleep, I will get to work on them.
Alright.
While all of that is going down, I would like to have... I'm going to
Were you the
roll
one who was
perception check.
messing with stuff in the off corner as things were falling down?
Perhaps. Roll perception check. See if I can find the 3 most expensive looking swords in the place.
Roll perception.
It's a 17.
17. What draws your eyes are only the weapons that they're handing over, because there is nothing on the walls but armor.
Okay.
There is only
What
armor.
what armor looks very expensive and concealable?
The first one was the concealable. The first one was the one that Jack bought. There is a similar piece of armor. It is not at all concealable though. It is thick, heavy metal.
Alright. I'm gonna use prestidigitation on the furnace behind him and make it look like the fire is roaring out everywhere. And then when he goes to tend to it, I'm gonna try and steal that off the wall.
Alright.
And then I'm just gonna run right out of the shop.
Go ahead and it's just cast, right?
Yeah. So roll for Dex to steal.
No, he's actually gonna roll for his
Dissuasion.
for his wisdom.
Okay. Come on.
As he's talking, looking around to see who else he can help after he makes that deal with Mira, this big flame comes out of the furnace off to his left. Well, what the hell? He goes running up toward that and tries to stomp at it with his big burly boot into the little furnace, trying to keep the fire contained within. As you swing around, yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check for us. You swing around to behind the counter. You try and lift it up over the from behind the desk. Go ahead and walk around.
Another 17. 16 plus
17.
1.
All right. Very, very quickly, you take it up off the wall. You're holding on to it as he's starting to finishing stomping out the fire. You're like, oh shit, what do I do? You quickly dart around, you head out the front door with the armor and just quickly enough walk out before he turns back around and goes, oh, sorry about that. Don't know what happened to the fire.
Oh,
Must have been something in there that I didn't expect.
So you're standing in the street. It's just armor and a sword, just invisible
It's
in the middle of
armor
the street.
just floating there. He was about to turn around, and to stealth your way out, you had to get out of that room.
Alright, can I put the armor on to make it invisible over my just regular clothes?
That's a good question. Let's check invisibility.
If you ever go back into that shop, though, he's gonna know that you stole something and shock you to death once, and then you'll have to change your name to Thief. Zelda reference? No.
No.
All right.
I didn't get into
Sorry.
Zelda as much. I'm sorry.
Okay. What are the rules on invisibility?
Someone out there is gonna love that joke.
Someone.
Yeah.
I am just insanely behind with video games in general, so.
This was the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. It came out in like 1992.
Again, insanely behind.
She's still back in 1991.
Okay.
She won't get to it for a while.
This is up to debate because it says a creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target's person. Does that mean during the duration of the spell, or does that mean once the spell is cast, anything that the target is wearing becomes invisible, and then once it's taken off, it no longer becomes invisible, and if they put it back on, it is still not invisible? I'm going to say,
I think that's a you call.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's all up to me. I'm gonna say, yeah, you can.
Okay, what kind of armor is it again?
That, items, equipment in here. That was plate armor.
Okay. Oh god. I don't have a proficiency in heavy armor.
Nope. It is very heavy. You put it on your form to make it invisible, and all of a sudden your shoulders just sink down, and you let out a unexpected and unintentional ugh, as it's just like overpowering on your form.
Gotcha. What is roughly the... If I were to, like, appraise this item, what would I think it's worth? The roll of insight?
That would be... Yeah.
He was standing there when I was told what mine was, though, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Advantage on insight?
It would not be advantage, just regular insight.
Okay.
Wouldn't insight just be on people, though?
That's what I'm debating. I don't think it's investigation either, though.
It might just be a straight up intelligence check.
It might.
Okay. Well, I have no bonuses to intelligence, so it is a 12.
12?
Yep.
Your best bet is that it's worth exactly what he told him, 2,000 gold pieces.
Alright, great. 2k gold.
Write down plate armor, though.
Right.
Yeah. Because of reasons. Anywho. Yeah. Delilah walks out. She's pretty confident with all the stuff that she has.
Can I take a look at Zash and, like, see what kind of armor he's wearing?
Yeah.
It's studded leather, right, Justin?
Yeah, it's studded leather.
Oh, okay.
And I am
Alright.
only proficient in light armor, so I'm kind of just hoping
Okay.
there's like a +1 or something around somewhere.
Okay.
Hey, we're like
Same
but
as-
armor buddies.
Yeah.
Strap him back on my
Never
back.
called us
For
buddies
that,
before.
what you can tell, it seems
This
as
is in
though
reference
any
to
plus
Justin, not
ones-
Zash.
I'll take it.
It seems as though any +1s will be in places where magical items are a lot more easily traded. And
Being that we, Amir and I, came from the Citadel, do we know if it's more common there?
oh yeah, you guys
Okay.
have seen things like you would not believe in the Citadel. Just all sorts of magical things, all bumped up in price a good bit though. Is
Okay.
the thing. But yeah, you guys have seen a lot.
Okay.
While I'm putting on this plate armor and realizing how heavy it is,
Yes.
I want to just take it off and, like, uncast invisibility now.
Alright.
And then you said there was a cart that sold weapons and armor right outside?
Yeah, it's right out to the right.
I want to go up to that guy
Alright.
and just kind of put put that plate armor up on his counter and be like, "How much for this?"
Actually,
Can I follow him?
oh wow. That's quite a special product, isn't it?
Sure is.
Looks really fancy. Huh. You know.
As a matter of fact, this belonged to a Jarl.
Did it? Which
Mhm.
Jarl? I'm pretty good on my history and know exactly which one I think it might be.
Well, it comes from a faraway land. One I'm not sure you're familiar with.
Oh,
it was
try me.
the Druid Jarl of the Neverending Forest.
Ah, see, I didn't even know they had a Jarl there.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I am
Can I
familiar with
assist
the
with this?
Neverending Forest. But yeah, you went outside. You noticed this a good bit.
Am I rolling for deception?
Yeah.
Can I
Alright.
assist, please?
This is so good because I have +7 on deception.
Yes, so do I, dude. Can I assist? So you get
By all
advantage?
means, back up my story. Let's do this.
Yes.
14 +7. 21.
I was here when he found it. It was quite a find.
Were you?
I was.
Huh. Good to know.
So how much for this beautiful, ornate piece of history?
Well,
And fine craftsmanship at that.
I don't have much use for it personally, and I give
Oh, it would be the
you-
prize of your store.
Well,
Your shop front could
This
use a bit
tiny
of a...
cart.
my,
yeah.
yeah. My shop front can use a bit of a what?
An addition to its fine collection. Surely this is worthy to be among these
Well,
excellently crafted
I could
weapons
give it.
and armor.
I could give you 1,000 gold, but I know somebody who will be willing to pay.
The guy who shot me just
For this item. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's seen something like this before.
How much? How much did you say it was for?
I said I'd give 1,000 gold pieces, but let me just go do something real quick. And he begins
Sure.
to head off in the direction of his shop.
I'm going into the item shop with the crazy stuff to just. I'm not going to be a part of this anymore.
You go across the street. You guys watch as Mira just quickly darts across the street, trying to keep her head down. Like nope.
Oh crap.
And walks over
crap.
into the door. As
I'm in
He
the
walks
weird
in.
shop now.
Jax,
Hmm.
you'll notice. You get to see this as this guy
Oh,
who's
God.
rather bald, no hair on his face at all. Just walks
Wait,
into
as he
the
goes
shop.
off, can I just like shout like 1,000 gold would be great?
All right, you yell that out.
Can I Jarl
He goes,
for
great,
persuasion?
great. He keeps on walking. Wait, actually, yeah, roll persuasion.
Okay, I have +7 in that too.
Nice.
12 +7, 19. One.
What did you roll?
Oh, it's a 19.
19.
Yeah, sorry, if you guys don't hear me, just like shout it out.
Sorry. No problem.
I'm waiting.
Okay. He's walking away adamantly. You go, 1,000 gold will be great. He stops. Huh.
I really don't want to
turns
trouble you. Let's just get
Well,
this transaction.
He walks back to you, but this time he's walking in front of his own cart, like to get right up next to you. In fact, just to make sure that we have a good visibility of all this. There's you two. He walks up right to you and he goes, well, you see, the moment you walked up, I've known that I've seen that exact bit of armor before in that shop right there. But me and that guy aren't the best of friends. So let's quit beating around the bush, shall we? I was just messing with you a little bit with that original offer. And if I were to buy this, I'm the first one that guy's gonna expect. That being said, you did do all the heavy lifting for me. I will give you 200 gold for that. I will try my best to sell it as quickly as I can. And hope that I don't get caught, because if I do, then I know it's my ass on the line. So that is why I will not give you a penny more. Either that, or I go in there and tell him exactly what happened.
Sounds like a fair trade.
Alright, 200 gold. He goes back behind his desk and starts to pick up little bits of gold.
Is he like picking up this gold out of like a lockbox type thing?
My god, you don't stop. Yes.
I have no gold. Actually, I think I have 10 gold. But other than that, I have no money. So I'm just trying to get as much as I can before we go off to the Citadel.
Yes, he is. Actually, I don't want to do this here, but... yeah.
Okay, so he's getting it out of a lockbox. Or a purse or something.
Yeah, it appears to be like a small stone little, yeah, we'll just say lockbox.
Okay.
Very similar to what you'll see in Skyrim.
Great. As he
Oh,
like is bending over, I want to just like ask him like, say, how do you feel about magic users?
well, I'm not a fan of them too much, but...
I personally can't stand them. Glad I live in this town. I'm new here, by the way.
Make a deception check as your robes, with disadvantage, as your robes are still flowing because you just took off the armor.
Oh my gosh. 17. 10 plus 7.
Wow. With disadvantage?
Yeah.
He goes, well, obviously in this world we're gonna have to get used to them, but after what's happened to this town already, we've had enough of them.
Agreed. Yeah, so he gets the gold. Can I like roll for perception just to see how much gold is left in this lockbox?
Okay. Yeah, that would...
Actually, it's a 4 plus 4, 8.
8.
Oh, 4 plus 2, 6.
Oh, 6. It looks like there's a ton of gold left. Like, it looks like an endless thing of gold.
Wow.
Yeah. Your eyes do that auga, and you start dripping, like salivating a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll take the gold. Thank him. Thank you. This is you're very kind.
The gold he's giving you, right? Not stealing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the 200 gold.
Yep.
Part with the plate armor and be like, thank you for not ratting me out.
Well, it's not like it was completely for your benefit.
Yes, I hope you do profit off of this. Seem like a fine fellow.
Yeah. Now fuck off.
All right.
I like this guy.
I'll head back into the shop where everyone else is.
All right.
Actually, where did Mira go?
I
Mira
went to
into
the
trinket shop.
what was the name of the shop again?
That was trinkets and toys.
I want to go in there because I want to try and sell some stuff.
That sounds fun. I'll go too.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna say as you walk in, he was gonna be like, "Oh, nice to see ya," that big guy. You guys walk in though. Oh, hello. This little lady, bright blonde hair, golden hair, flowing down to just past her shoulders, a good bit. Greets you standing in a rather nice garment dress. Is there anything you guys are looking for in particular?
I was just very curious about this shop. What kind of items do you sell here? And would you be interested in buying something?
Oh, well, I'm always up for buying and adding to the collection, but I've always been fascinated with trinkets, and so that's what I sell in my shop. Sorts of... well, all sorts, from this little shrunken goblin head as she just lifts up unexpectedly a severed goblin head that's been really shrunk down into
Oh my god! Toys and trinkets is the name of this show.
It's so cute!
to this brass ring that never tarnishes, as she goes out to the window and takes that off. She goes, I have all sorts of jewelry, to things that will intimidate and scare, to things that you might just find really fascinating and want to keep.
What is the most expensive item you have?
I stamp on his foot. Do I need to roll an attack for this? Because I will.
Not so much as an attack as Miro just quickly stomps onto Kelrendir's foot and he just quickly blurts out this expulsion of pain.
I give him a death glare.
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. I mean, some might say that this little rabbit's foot is the most expensive thing, but others might say that it, might be some of the more antique gold coins that I have since before Skyrim. Since before different thing. Since before Valkyrie.
Back in 2010, before Skyrim.
Way back when.
Oh.
2011.
AS after Skyrim. That's the new.
Well, if you would take a look at the items that I have, I would be very interested to see something you have. And I take off Bobito's cloak that I'm wearing, and I hold out his hooked spear, short spear with the amulet that's mostly just for tripping people.
Yeah.
I found these off of what I believe to be a cult worshiper of some kind in the Underdark.
Oh.
Would these be of any interest to you?
Well, I feel like that would be... It should be better for the weaponsmith across the street, the short spear, that is, but...
Well, it's mostly used for tripping people. It's not really... doesn't really do that much. It's mostly ornamental with the amulet on the end.
Huh. Yes. I'd be interested in that. That might be a nice little display piece to put in the table over here. She points to this glass display case.
Well, and this cloak would look beautiful on a mannequin.
It would.
Especially with the little beading and the such.
I could give... Yes, I would do 50 gold pieces for the two of those.
I would also be interested in maybe trade as well.
Oh, okay.
If there's anything, but I wouldn't want to take anything that you couldn't make a profit off of later.
Oh, I have the perfect thing for you, she says as she quickly darts behind the display case, and there's wood on the back so that you can't see what's behind that, but then it appears like there's some little cabinets and shelves that she goes rummaging through. Oh, where did I put that? Let's see.
While she's in the back, I want to.
She's not in the back. She's behind the display case.
Can she see us? Can she see us?
Her head is poking out, and her eyes are she can move her eyes perfectly so that she can look down and look up.
I want to browse, go around the shop display and kind of make it look like I'm really interested in all these different displays.
Yeah, you're really.
Can I keep an eye on it?
Yeah, you can. You're really fascinated by everything. It looks amazing. As she finally comes back up, here it is. I have these. She opens up her hands, and in them are these perfect cylindrical teardrop formed earrings with silver as the metal holding these what one might assume gems in place. But she says, here are the teardrop earrings, which have been preserved from real teardrops. She holds them out. They have this little glimmer, which might just be the salt water that they're made of, but it's just a fascinating bit of jewelry that has a little bit of a automatic glow to it.
Hey, Cal,
Yes.
would you mind taking a look at these for me?
Sure. I'm gonna grab the brass ring off the display and just like inquire how much it is as well.
That brass ring, that is also 50 gold pieces as well. But these ones, they're more so 70. And
I
as
see.
you walk up closer to them, they have a natural glow about them, but you don't sense anything very magical just looking at them.
Is there anything magical about the ring?
Yes, that ring never wears.
So what do I make of these earrings? Or were you just asking me over so I wouldn't steal anything?
No, I was asking because you probably have a higher arcana than me to see if they were magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I
see.
figured.
Yeah.
Again, they just look like normal earrings, and they do not have a magical aura, so far as you can tell. You haven't made any
They
perception
don't
checks, so you
appear
can
to
try
be
and look harder.
magical, but I'll
I want to try and
investigate
appraise
further.
them.
Am I making an arcana roll or?
Just in... Yeah, Arcana for Kel, and just for base appraisal, we will say Intelligence.
For me?
Yeah, for Mira.
Straight up intelligence?
Straight up Intelligence.
There's a 4 for arcana.
Oh, motherfucker. I got a 1.
Oh god, this is bad.
Do you think that these are worthless little pieces of garbage? They do not look very good at all. You feel like she just put some Windex on them. Yeah, just made them glow a little bit. But and what was the Arcana check?
4.
4.
Oh gosh. A 1 and a 4.
You really cannot tell what this glow is, actually. It's a fascinating glow. It might be very, very, very magical.
Puzzling. Could be very worth something. It could be worth something. Could be very expensive.
Do I trust his judgment?
Do you? That's entirely up to you. Does Mira trust Kalrandir? You just met him yesterday, and then Zash fell
Does he sound
unconscious from
genuine?
a spell of some sort, it seems, so...
Does he sound
entirely up to
genuine?
you.
That's my question.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Me?
For us, Kalrandir, yeah. And then
Okay,
against
alright.
your, insight, Mira.
Oh, here we go. 19.
10 for persuasion.
He did not persuade you.
Do these earrings have any historical significance?
Yeah. No one knows exactly what these ones were formed from. The amount of magic that it takes to take such emotion at the time of dropping a tear and forming that into an ever-preserved item is truly incredible and worth a lot to some. But if that's not your fancy, then we have some other things here. How about
No.
the Isle of Dragon's Blood?
No, you're right. It is worth something. I'd like to buy them, but I was wondering if you had something to wrap them in. I want to give them as a gift to my wife. She's pregnant and her father just passed away, and she's in a terrible state of grieving.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that. Do I make a persuasion or deception check?
Deception.
Yeah.
Well, that means
Come
I
on.
can't get them. Gosh darn it.
17.
Oh, you poor soul. Tell you what, I don't own this shop, so it's not like I can give them to you, but I could probably switch the items around a little bit, and, tell you what, it's yours for 10 gold for both of them.
Oh, thank you so much. This will make us so happy. I give her 10 gold.
It's so great to hear.
Oh god.
She starts to cry. Oh, I wish someone had magic to just preserve this.
What? Who said anything about magic?
Anyway, what was the other item you were going to show me?
Oh,
Since I can't buy that now.
a vial
Or
of dragon's
trade
blood.
in, really.
I'm
Dragon's
not
blood.
convinced.
Well, I mean, I have all sorts of things. Just take a look around, from the dragon's blood to an ancient arrow of elven design, to this ornate brooch, which is sort of dwarvish. To
Can I
a
look at the
petrified
brooch?
mouse. Okay. You take a look at the brooch, and it looks to be like a sort of the insignia of Thornapple. On the silver brooch.
Hey.
It's like a rusty brass with bits that are shining through that look to be shining with gold.
Do you think it, by looking at it, could I tell, like, could it be polished to look newer, or?
Just based on its look, it looks like it's been polished a lot. It's just the way that the metal has aged over the years.
Could I?
Maybe magic could restore it to new.
I don't know anybody who has a repairing skills.
It's still fancy. It's not like it's bad, but it has that natural brass wear that shows that it has been well preserved for hundreds of years. It looks.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Could I tell if this could help me in my other persona?
It wouldn't hurt in your other persona.
All right. How much is this brooch originally?
This brooch is 20 gold pieces, which I know might be high to some for some brass, but it really is quite the brooch. As you'll notice, it has sort of the insignia of this place that's quite a bit northeast of here, which is known as Thornapple. Yeah, and it's said that this brooch was actually designed back when they had their old power system, and this was actually the brooch of an advisory council member who ended up wearing it on their lapel, and they had 12 members of the council, and there were only 12 of these brooches ever made. And then as time went on, things ended up changing, but these brooches for the most part got lost, and there's only one other said to exist, which, I mean, 20 gold is quite a steal for that.
Yes. If I were to trade in the spear and the cloak, I would definitely like this brooch. Could I have the difference in gold? Or is there another item that you could suggest?
Well, we still have the petrified mouse. Not that one. Okay, we have a
No,
black pirate
I'm not much
flag
for-
with dragon skulls and crossbones. As she holds up a thing, she says, "We have also a metal urn containing the ashes of a hero." She points up to one of the shelves with. There appears to be sort of a goldish urn sitting up there.
What I How long has that urn been there? Do you know how long the
Since
the hero
before
was
I started
cremated
working
for?
here, all I know is that it's been up there, listed for sale since before I started here. But that being said, I've only been here for a couple of years.
I'll take the urn and the brooch.
Sounds good. Would you like them wrapped?
That would be lovely.
Perfect. And you did want those earrings wrapped as well, right? I sort of just assumed since they were.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
So I will take those. She starts to take everything out and goes back behind the counter again, dips down, pulls this big sheet of like what appears to be wrapping, and just rips it right off and starts to package everything up into a nice little. Sorry, hiccup. A nice little ring box made out of sort of a thicker paper for the earrings, and the urn is wrapped up in much more of like a bag item, and the brooch is wrapped up also in a larger ring box. Here you guys go. Have a good
Thank
you
you.
so much. And what was your name?
Oh, yes, I never introduced myself. My name is Minesh. Minesh Ekild. Sorry, I blundered my own last name. I don't know how that happened.
Pleasure to meet you, Minesh. My name is John. John Wick.
You ass. I've called you Cal.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
she
did.
Let's see.
I said
that's
Cal.
just your, that's
Yeah,
just
she
your
doesn't
nickname
notice
for
it.
me.
She doesn't notice it.
Have you seen my dog?
It was nice to meet you, Minesh.
You too. And your name?
My name is Abigail. It's a pleasure.
Abigail. You too. Oh, and John Wick, please be
Yes.
sure that your wife is gets those and loves them dearly as much as they were appreciated.
I'm sure they'll make her very happy. Thank you for your
Good.
generosity.
Have a good one.
I just want to point out, for story reasons, Jax did not go in. He saw the name of the store and brought up some painful memories and did not want to go in.
Okay. You guys all end up meeting back out on the street once more.
Great. I'm gonna pull those earrings out, and I'm gonna put them on our unconscious companion and see if somehow, I don't know, they're made out of teardrops or whatever. I'm just gonna like clip them on or whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Delilah and ask her if she knows how old this urn might be.
How old the urn might be?
At some point, she might get a spell that could let her resurrect the dead, and I kind of want to know how old the ashes are.
Alright. You go up to Delilah. Oh, wow, what? Oh! She opens it up. Are those ashes?
Yes, I have an impulse. Had an impulse buy. I kind of want to know how old they are. If you can tell at all, I don't know. I don't do medical
Looking around
stuff.
as you keep on talking, she goes, "Where did you buy ashes?"
In the trinkets and toys shop. It's really cool.
I don't know anything right now that would help us. And if I'm aware of how the magic when I get up to a better level is.
I think it's 100 years, but I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure
Out of
there has to be a
character.
body. There has to be a body to get us person back to life.
Technically, weren't ashes a part of a body?
Well, maybe someone would know how to put ashes, form them back into something. It's worth a shot, I guess. Now,
You could create an ashy homunculus.
I need to befriend a necromancer. That's what needs to happen.
And what was happening with?
Yes, I'm putting the earrings.
Yes, you put them onto Zash, and as you do, Actually, let's go ahead and roll for this.
Oh gosh, really?
Oh, snap.
Do you put him on his ears?
Yes.
You
Do you have to
pierce
pierce
his ears
holes?
while he's asleep. No.
Oh my
That's the
God.
thing.
I'm so sorry, Zash. I just want to help you. If Jax objects to me doing this, I will stop.
Knowing that he does not have pierced ears, do you put them on his ears?
I mean, it couldn't hurt, right?
Could hurt one person, but you know.
I'm gonna ask Jax. Jax, what do you think I should do? You think this might help him?
I think they're lovely. And
They kind of
They
clash
may
with his
help.
outfit.
nah. It works.
All right, let's put on the earrings. Let's pierce his ears.
Alright, do us a favor, just make a strength check.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh my god.
14.
14. Luckily, with a rather swift movement and not too much staggering about, you pierce it, and the metal goes right into the thick, warm layers of skin that Zash just naturally has on his body. You close up the earrings, though, and in the sunlight, the glimmer of the teardrops shines, but nothing happens.
Did I see the shine?
You do? Yeah, it looks very shiny and nice.
Can I do an Arcana check on them?
Yes, you can.
They kind of look like just bits of water in glass or something.
They look like formed garnets or gems that are in the shape of a teardrop that are wrapped around in silver.
I got a
It's
16.
like a 16. They do not look magical.
Well, they're worth 50 gold. I'm gonna take them off his ears and be like, Jax, you know mending, right? You can fix his ears.
I do not, but I believe
probably do.
Delilah.
Yeah, I think so. I could.
I don't think that's how mending works.
That's probably true.
Wait, she knows
But
mending?
she knows healing, and healing we know would heal all
Alright.
wounds.
Well, in that case, I do as well. Delilah gets one ear, I get the other ear.
It did total like 2 health points damage to him. But
Oh god, really?
Oh my gosh.
yeah, one per
Getting your
ear.
ears hurts.
One per ear.
Dang.
I'll use my lay on hands. 1 point of lay on hands.
Alright, I'll use mine too. While you guys are all standing out at this intersection too, you guys see a little post that has the different notable places about town listed on them, including the Fighters Guilds, including Town Hall, which was back the way that you guys came, including the location of both the inns. First off, the Scattered Feathers, and then the Sleeping Hollow, which is where you guys were. But at the very bottom, you guys also see a, once again, very glum, worn, almost rotted looking sign that points to the Mages Guild as well.
Mages Guild.
Do you guys see
Maybe-
this?
Maybe they can help Zash.
Yes. Exactly what I was thinking. Maybe they might have some magical items there too.
It may also be a trap because they hate magic here.
That's a fair point. Before we supposedly risk our lives, does anyone want to go to a bakery with me?
You lot can head off to the bakery. I'm going to a clothing shop to change out of these very incriminating robes.
Yeah, I'll go to the bakery.
I'll go to the clothing shop too.
Great. I head to
You guys start to
the
walk.
Radiant Raymond.
As you're making your way down the street, Delilah says to you, "You think you're incriminating? I have wings coming out of my back."
Oh, Delilah,
Yes?
if you see anything that might suit what I have going on here, let me know and I'll pay you back.
Okay, I'll look out for you too.
You're a peach.
You guys, the two of you make your way down. Did anyone else want to go to the clothing shop?
Well, I'm going to the bakery and Zash is knocked out, so.
That's true. Alright.
He's probably stuck on an island in his head just walking. Just terrifying.
No, wrong one. Alright, so as you guys walk down to the clothing shop, walking right up to it, again, you see rather nice garments, some tuxedo-looking wear, some special occasion-looking dresses, some white, some orangish, yellowish, some green with lots of natural accoutrements to accent it. But yeah, you guys walk in, and
Okay.
you see this gentleman with a very thin, striped mustache with a space in the middle of it, and it's just very thin up along the top of his lip. And he goes, "Oh, welcome to my shop. Is there anything that catches your eye?"
Other than your excellent mustache.
Oh, you do know good taste, no?
I do see some fine artifacts of clothing around. However, I'm looking for a rather sturdy yet comfortable pair of trousers and an undershirt.
Simple trousers and an undershirt, no? As he looks you up and down, he goes, "I think I can see why, no? Yes, we can get you simple clothing wear, for sure."
Yes, it was so strange. One day I was just out bathing in a stream, and
Oh, no,
next thing I came
Say-
back and all of my clothes were gone.
Yes, I'm sure. I completely understand this town. They are not accustomed to many of the ways of the outside world. It is perfectly fine. But how much are you looking to spend on your new attire?
Say around 50 gold. Also, do you have any dusters available?
Dusters?
Yes, like an overcoat of some sort.
Like a very long, yes.
Yes.
I think so.
Okay,
Well-
great. Tack in an extra 25 gold for that.
Tell you what, I can make you one special. But that will be about a day to do.
Do you have anything on hand at the moment?
This, and he walks up to one of the things and he goes, "How does this work?" No, it has a little bit of length, but you look at it and it's about just a little bit past waist length. It doesn't go very far beyond the waist,
Okay.
but it looks like it's the longest overcoat that he has at the moment.
I'll take it.
Alright, so that one will be 20. And
Alright.
then we can do... What shall we do? He goes around, he just starts to pick up... He gives you a total of 2 shirts. One, a much more dress striped shirt. One, just a regular wear, sort of t-shirt looking, but no, it's like a long sleeve shirt. One overcoat, which looks to be rather nice, like a suit overcoat, and 2 pairs of pants, one that matches the overcoat perfectly, even though he got them from 2 separate parts of the shop, and one that matches the first shirt pretty well. And he goes, "The rest of this will be about another 30.
Okay. What color is everything? Just some.
The long sleeve shirt kind of thing was sort of a. It looks like it's a mock hide. It's sort of a brown, comfy. The pants, they're a much tanner looking light brown, and then the black or maybe a dark blue pants and coat for the jacket, and then the shirt that matched that was white.
Alright, thank you very much, and I will pay him 50 gold, because he respects magic users, and I only screw over people who don't.
And Delilah looks around. What have you got with holes in the back? Oh, I do see. Nothing at the moment, but I can make you something very special if you give me a ring. Okay. So we are in business. In a day's time, it will be roughly 20 gold, and I will give you the most beautiful dress you've ever seen. Oh, okay, a dress. Okay. Oh, and do you have anything else for a friend? She's well, she's half elf. She's about my height, and do you have any idea of the color? Something in peach? I can do something in peach. How about this? No? Oh, that looks good. He holds up a garment that Gelrendir can see, and then she pays him for it, and yeah.
Thank you for your services, and what was your name?
My name is Bamendak, and you are welcome to visit anytime.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is John Wick.
You too, John Wick. And I'm Delilah. And Delilah.
Will you a fine day, Barandak?
You too.
Do you know which way the bakery is, by the way?
Yes, it should be just down the road to, once you walk out, take your right.
Thank you very much. Side of the bakery.
Alright. Alright, is there anything else anyone else wanted to do? You guys, when you walked into the bakery, what happened?
Was the armory near the bakery, or is that like a different road?
It's here. This is the armory, and this is the bakery.
Oh, okay. Then as we were walking from the trinket shop, I want to stop in the armory real quick.
Okay.
And I just ask if he can do engraving.
Yes. What kind of engraving would you like?
I take out the emblem of my holy symbol and show him that.
Oh. Indeed.
And then I ask if he has any paper and a quill.
I do not, unfortunately.
Do you speak Draconic?
He does not.
God damn it. Hang on, let me see if I have... Okay. I light an incense and use the charcoaly part of it to draw on his countertop. And I write out...
Sorry, my
Sad.
mic was my mic was out. I thought it was on. I have ink and I turned it off to eat donuts while you're at the shop.
No worries.
I have parchment quill and ink. I'm yelling at a muted mic. Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
I thought that he just ducked in though while you guys all headed off to the bakery.
Well, I would notice if he wasn't with me.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, but would your character have immediately followed him?
I would have probably stayed near the door so I could see him.
Okay. So you walk inside the door or outside the door?
I'm outside the door, but I'm keeping an eye on Zash. I mean, Jax.
Alright.
Both.
Both, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you quickly yell from outside, I have pen and quill! Or quill and paper! You know, you're so ready to use them. And, you're able to draw out, what is it that you're trying to engrave it with?
Well, first, my holy symbol, I want on the outer part of my right and left gauntlet. And then on the inner part of the forearm, on the right side, I want Zash, Mira, and Delilah written in Draconic. So I write that out. And then on the left arm, I want the two names that we discussed in private,
Okay.
if you recall.
I do. Not exactly what they are, but I remember who they are as. But, do me a favor. Go ahead and make a performance check for me.
What?
Just to see how well you draw these out.
Okay.
I was
That's
thinking
fair.
about sleight of hand or performance, and technically it's like art, so I'm going with performance.
That's fair. Oh, man.
Especially, in particular, the draconic symbols, because it's like Chinese characters, and they can change if you have a mark in a spot that shouldn't be there, or vice versa.
It was... I rolled a 12 plus 3, so 15.
15? Well, I guess I could do that then. Okay. Alright. He takes it, and he seems very confident.
Okay.
You leave all those things with him then?
Yeah, the gauntlets and...
It'll be a few hours, and then I gotta get to sleep. So this place will be closed after, so try and hurry up and, let's
You can
see,
always pick it up when I get
2
my
p.m.
bolts.
Fair enough.
Ah, yes.
Why is everyone going to sleep? Isn't it just
He's going to sleep after 2 p.m. Remember, he didn't sleep all day. Nobody else has gone to sleep. But this guy stayed up through the night working on blacksmithing.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No worries. Fair enough. If you aren't here by, we'll say 3 then I will leave them for tomorrow morning.
That's fine.
Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Alright. You guys go to the bakery. Bakery goods.
I want to sell the blue caps that I found.
Blue caps.
Because you said they could be made into a really nutritious bread.
Yep. But also Kelrendir said that he could try to have a go with them.
I don't necessarily still trust this dude. I can sell half of them.
You guys all end up meeting once again at the bakery.
I have 10.
10? Wow.
I have 10, so I can sell 5 of them.
Oh, okay, says this rather plump but really nice looking lady with very rosy cheeks. Sort of looks to be a bit dwarvish, so far as you can tell. A mix, though, it seems, between human and dwarvish.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've heard about this. I could do something with them. I could give you a gold apiece.
That would be wonderful. I have 5.
Perfect. I will try and make a nice little delicacy out of them.
It's very nutritious.
Oh, good to know. Is that all?
Oh, yes, that's it.
Delilah heads out. Where do we go next? That sign was pointed this way. Does anyone... Well... Or actually, wait, where's the sign pointed? I gotta take a look. Oh, she goes, that sign was pointed to the other side of town. Should we start heading over there for the Mage's Guild?
Yeah, so long as you keep your voice down when referring to the Mage's Guild.
Good call.
Sorry.
Should we also have a plan for in case it is some sort of trap?
Well, I'm the only one that can't use magic, so probably be the easiest for me.
That's true. You should probably stand back somewhere and like keep a lookout from the door to wherever we go into.
I can keep the shadows.
And maybe send Cal in first with invisibility and scope things out.
Good idea. But I think we should get a pitchfork and a torch first. Just to pretend as if maybe we're going there to get rid of them.
To get rid of them could be. You guys
I
are all
have
discussing this.
plenty of
walking down the
torches.
street.
I also
I'm just gonna
have
start
torches.
walking.
Alright, let's go.
Well, you guys are all discussing this on the way, and as you go, actually, you guys notice that out the front there are two different guards standing, keeping guard than there were yesterday.
Oh, I've changed
outside
into
the
my
town.
clothes, by the way.
Yep.
Just like
I
putting them over my garments. and
The
stuff.
tannish, brownish looking ones, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Where did I put everyone else? Ah, there you guys are still. Alright. You guys, oh, all but Steve. Which that's actually not his name, but that's the name of the little model. You guys all start to follow the signs, and it continues to point until outside of this building right here is marked with Mage's Guild right here.
Right by the inn?
The
This
other
room's serving. Oh, it's a different location. I was going to say, this is the same area we use to represent our rooms.
Yeah, there are multiple of these around.
Oh, it's
that
by
one.
the other inn? The
Yeah.
inn that everyone hated? Maybe this
Yeah.
Mage's Guild is real.
This is this one over here, and then you guys are across town a little bit over to here. So, Mira, knowing the location, where would you like to go?
Let's see. I would... Is there a door?
Yes, it is just around the corner here, and up right there, up along this other building here.
Can I see if it's locked?
Yeah, you can. You walk up. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Delilah,
19.
It is not locked. There are people still walking around and stuff, and there's someone at this shop also just staring at you as you check to see if it's locked. It doesn't pay too much mind to it because they're sort of in the... Well, they're right by the Mage's Guild, and they don't want to pay too much mind to it. Maybe.
Hey, Delilah.
Yes?
Would you mind talking to that shopkeep over there?
Okay. Hi, I'm Delilah. What's your name? She goes up walking.
This is what Courtney gets for not showing up.
I'm Noel Choxit.
Can I try and slink
Hi.
in?
Yeah, I need you to make a stealth check with disadvantage.
Oh, I'm scared of him. Even though she's distracting him?
She's not distracting him. She went up.
Oh gosh darn it!
Yeah, I don't think it's enough. It's still very, very,
I'm scared of all my dice. Look at these two.
it's suspicious. It's suspicious AF.
Alright. Let's see. So this was stealth. 11.
11. Oh, shit. That's, like, essentially what happens. It catches his attention, but he pays no mind as you, open up the door. Again, I told you it was not locked, right?
Yeah.
You open it up. Very loudly, this noise echoes throughout the room, and you just hear, "Hello? Who is it?"
Someone who's very curious.
What? Okay, you know what?
I
people,
saw
you
the
just see
flyer.
someone get up and walk around outside this little room here. As he walks out to the front door, he walks over and goes, "Ah, you. Tell the rest of them to come in and grab a seat."
Oh shit.
I peek out and say, someone's expecting us apparently.
Hmm.
Of course.
Looks like I'll be saving a spell slot today.
You guys head in, and the moment you walk in, it's this big, extravagant open foyer area. There are a couple of chairs and tables off to your right, and off to your left there's some chairs in front of the fireplace with lots of bookshelves just all around. To the back in one of the rooms you can see what appears to be a little bit of a kitchen, and in the other one you see what appears to be the makings of a bedroom. And there in front of you is this older gentleman with a very obvious wizard's hat, long beard, scruffy, white, old man.
Nice motif, I say.
I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Why do people hate magic here?
Wow. Yes, that does get right to it.
I set Zash on the floor in front of him and also say, "Can you help our friend?"
You just plop him down like a little child. Like,
And give them those big dragonborn puppy dog eyes.
there's no easy way to say it, but well, this Mages Guild has been around for a very long time, but as long as we've lived in peace with this town, it takes only one or two bad apples to grow a lot. And, well, it's left a bad taste in the mouth of the others here. Any sort of magical presence, so looking at your friend, I'm sure it must have been difficult to find help for. Alright. I'm gonna need time alone with him.
No, that's not happening.
Your friend will be safe.
But I don't know you.
Yeah, how do we know that you'll keep him safe?
Or won't do something even worse.
I get that it is a scary world. But sometimes you just have to learn who you can trust.
Insight check.
You might not
Insight
know-
check.
Yep, go ahead and make
Inside check.
I'll make an insight check.
Oh my god!
Nice.
No, this is not happening. That was another
21.
one.
Another one.
21.
Yeah.
Merely,
How many
you
of your
do
dice
not
have you been
trust
through now?
him.
7.
You do not trust this old guy.
I have discarded two.
Wait. Do I not trust him as well? I rolled a 21.
Hold on. I know. I heard.
Okay,
One second, I'm still getting around.
It's on the way.
Kelrendir, you don't trust him a ton, but you also don't really know Zash, so I mean, you're sort of indifferent. And Brandon, Jax really trusts this guy.
Nice.
He continues, he says, I know you all do not know who I am, but I do know you.
How?
Jax just blurts out, I trust him.
How do you know who I am?
Willingness to accept. Well, I have been around for quite some time, and I know many. I've read many stories of many different people's lives, and I've had even read some stories of some lives that have yet to be lived.
What?
Prove it. How do you know me? Prove it.
Where have you read these stories?
I take out the 2 books I have.
I have nothing I need to prove, and if you do not trust me, that is fine. Your
No,
friend
I
will
seek
make it out of
knowledge.
this one way or another.
I just want to read these books.
But yes, 1 second, you will get to your willingness to accept knowledge. Yes,
Thank you.
but I can assure you that my visit with him will help him most of all.
That's all that matters right now. I take the ropes off of him.
You unrestrain him, yes. Now, while anything is happening, you are welcome to look around at much of the writings that we have here.
Cool. I cast Detect Magic.
Alright, that's just the item closest to you, right?
I believe it's a 30-foot radius.
It's just one particular item that glows, though, each time you cast it?
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area.
Gotcha, any of them,
There's magic.
not just the closest one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
This guy is emanating a huge, very strong aura of magic. But
Wow.
nothing around the room seems to be glowing. Not even
Well,
any of the
my
books.
ring probably would.
Yeah, probably. A few items on your guys' person, including some of the items that he has, but again, it's difficult to tell the difference of the auras between what he's wearing and what he is. There's just this big flowing, pouring out glow.
And what's the comparison of his glow to Cal, Zash, and Delilah?
It overpowers the rest of the room. It's like the sun compared to a light.
Interesting.
Am I allowed to begin?
You are.
He waves out his hand as you guys watch as Zash's body just lifts up into the air with sort of like a glow of just the air itself as it pushes up his body and then bellows outward as this continual movement of air holds up Zash's body. As he walks into the back room, Zash's body slowly follows and the door shuts.
I'm gonna search the room for anything valuable.
Alright. While you do that,
Thank you. Okay.
Zash. Hello, Justin. I'm sorry.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Sorry, we had a
Just leave
shopping
the
trip
blinds
without
open.
you.
It's okay, because now it's pretty heavy on you, so... Here we go. You're still out in the field. Nothing's changed again. Every which way you try to run, every which direction you walked or moved, the path seemed to stay the same. Your feet are getting like needles based on how frostbitten they feel. Just being in the cold water constantly. So just hear a faint voice in the background. Awake. And then a final voice saying the most clear word you've ever heard, and the moment you hear the word awake, you sit up in the bed that you can assume is his, but you're just sitting there in a room unfamiliar to you, in front of a man that you've never seen before. And he says, "So, Zash, tell me about this voice." And we're actually going to go ahead and take a little break. Just a short break, because what time is it? 8:30? I'll leave it up to you guys. Do we want to take like a 10-minute break and go for like another, I don't want to say hour, but like based on what I'm planning to do, it might be a little bit of extra time if that's okay with everyone, or do we want to just try and push through it to get as little time?
I'm
Stick
good
like
with
a
pushing.
2-minute break. And
2-minute
then
break?
go for
Bathroom?
like...
Bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Great.
Do you want to know my investigation roll?
real quick, we're just going to fade out, and we will be right back, guys. Yo, and we are back. All right. So, on that little cliffhanger, Justin, you just went
Yes.
from this dark, damp place to a guy who you've never met before asking about this voice that you've heard. You know that it's been a long time that you've been asleep. In fact, it feels like weeks now. What do you say?
Who are you and where am I? In that order.
Well, I'm Rendell, and you are at the Mages Guild in the town of Lumb. But I need to know about this voice, particularly this amulet. He looks at it as though he sees something beyond the amulet itself.
I honestly can't remember where I got it from, but supposedly my conscience is inside it, which I didn't know I had one of those, so I would assume it's lying to me.
Oh, yes. First off, if you did have a subconscious, I'm pretty sure he would tell you not to just take an amulet that you don't know where you got and attune yourself to it on a whim. Attuning...
In my defense, it's really powerful.
Yes, attuning is a powerful act. By attuning to something, you give up a part of your soul to open room for an item. Now, I have seen something like this before. This is not your subconscious. This is an evil being. A being, mind you. This is not a magical amulet that just has special traps within it. You are bound to another soul. And the energy that is coming off this soul makes me feel like there was a reason why it was imprisoned in this amulet. It must have taken great magical energy to put this amulet, or to put the soul inside of this amulet. But there are ways to get rid of it. You won't like them all. Well, you won't like the one that I have as an option at the moment.
Well, I also don't like being bound to anyone, so I guess I'll take the lesser of two evils, so to speak.
It's good to stay lighthearted.
Don't have much choice.
This is an important question, Zash Marefried. What is the amulet telling you?
Right now?
When it talks to you at any point.
It's trying to keep me on a path to something. Telling me I'm weak, that if I stay on this path, I'll get stronger. So, I don't know, I kind of tune it out half the time, but I do what it tells me when it makes me.
I hate to say it, but sometimes you will not be able to tune it out. This being is a terrible being indeed. I can sense its demonic force off of it when I'm not even in the room. And most of the things, almost everything this thing will tell you should not be taken into consideration at all. Demonic beings
Yeah, I
like
kind of
to-
got that, but I I can't exactly go against it. It's got some kind of hold on me.
It does not. It has... Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but demonic beings like to cause chaos no matter where they are. Even if they need your help for something, they will still try and destroy you, not just physically, but mentally. You have to go past that. And unfortunately, you do have to listen to it still. Because the one way that I know that people can get unbound from these items is by doing what it says. Because you see, each one of these items, the soul is kept locked in stasis by their perpetual desire for something. Whether the desire is to help out someone, or the desire is to witness the death of the bearer. Whether good or evil, it is this desire that keeps them locked into the amulet. And once you fulfill what the amulet wants, you will be free of it, and that is one way. Unfortunately, right now, I'm not sure what other ways we can use, but I can do some research into it. After all, it's not like much other magic things happen in this town. I can look into it and see if there's another way that I can help you. So what is the amulet wanting?
It just wants me to stay on the path that I'm currently on.
Good, good.
I guess towards the Citadel.
That's good.
That's where we're headed.
That's very good. If you're already on the right path, then you're already closer to getting it off you. And remember, this is not your conscience. This is not an all-powerful being. You should know, this creature can see anything around you for over 100 feet. It can hear anything around you for over 100 feet. It can communicate telepathically with anyone that it sees. It can speak and read every language that you know and more. But it is not all powerful. I would like to point out that before I took you out of this, though, I did give us a few minutes of privacy from this being. It is going to be a difficult road. And a difficult journey. Yes, but I know you'll make it. Always have, always will. Oh. One other thing. I have a friend in town. I'll send out a message. And they have a very particular item, which I think will help you most incredibly at this time. So, do you have any questions for me?
Well, seeing as I've been in my own head for... He looks outside and... a few days? I honestly don't know. I've had a lot of time to think about this. This amulet's tied to... what I can only imagine is my inherently evil nature. If there were a way to change that, wouldn't the amulet...
is tied to you because you picked up an amulet off the ground and attuned part of your soul to it.
Well,
That's the only reason.
yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a gross oversimplification, but
This amulet, whatever it tells you, it might be feeding on your fears, beliefs, thoughts. But it isn't tied to you because you're evil. It is evil. You are you. You are whatever you decide to be, no matter what this amulet says or does.
alright. I'm just trying to find a loophole. I guess I'll play along.
There is one other thing that... Well... I don't think it will help you, very much right now. But I hope that when you are ready to listen, it will help. Keep in mind that softness is not a weakness, for it takes courage to stay delicate in a world this tough.
Oh.
Fortune cookie crap is that?
Like I said, I knew you'd be stubborn. As he begins to walk out the room, your friend is alive again. He just very subtly drops.
I
that.
was never dead, he yells into the other room.
It makes me look more impressive. Begins to walk
Jax
off in
runs
station.
in there and gives Zash a big hug.
A bear hug. He's still lying in the bed, but sitting up straight, and you squeeze him. It hurts because Zash, you feel weaker than you have in a while. You feel cold too.
Zash's instinct is to kind of push him away. He just kind of sighs and accepts it. He doesn't hug back, he just accepts it.
Nice.
Nice.
And I know what I found in the room. How
you-
long were we alone in there? How long did that take?
You found book as long as the conversation took.
Okay.
I'd say like 10 minutes. You found books. There was nothing special. Nothing really.
Did any of the books catch my eye?
Not really. It's interesting. Most of them seem to be like Arcane 101 or like Alchemy for Beginners. Like.
Can I have the Alchemy for Beginners book?
Yeah, you can. That's not actually what it's called. It's called Natural Plants, Where to Find Them and How to Use Them. But just natural plants in big letters. Yeah, it's
Okay. I'm gonna grab that book.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna walk into the room as well.
Regular assortment. Okay. You walk into that room as well.
And once Jax is done with his hug, whenever you're done with your hug.
Oh, sorry. I was petting my cat. I just pat him on the head and then release him.
He pats you on the head, and it's at this point that draws your attention that your ears hurt. It's just like a semblance of a pain. You feel it. They're all healed up, so you don't really feel any blood or anything. But yeah.
Like rubs them. He's like,
Can I grab him by the collar and pull him down to my height? I'm 5'1". How tall are you again? Like six something?
He's sitting in a bed. Like,
He's sitting in a bed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I still grab him by the collar.
Okay. You pull him real close. Zash, it seems awkward, like she's about to kiss you all of a sudden. But...
whoa, I know you like me more than you say, but let's keep this friendly.
Can I smack him?
You can. I don't know why you're asking me.
Well, I'm asking if... yeah, I'm gonna smack him.
Okay.
Screw it.
Alright.
Oh, you don't roll or anything?
Nah.
Just-
I don't know.
It's still
Should
an
you want to
attack
roll for it?
Yeah. It's an attack
Alright. That was a 2.
roll. Ah.
I don't know what to add to it. It doesn't hit.
You pull him close, and you're getting. He's like, I know you like me this much, but you really wide swing up your hand to the back and get ready to come in for a good slap, as he just blocks it and says a classic Zash one-liner, which I will let Justin say.
Just like old times. Good to see you too,
Yay!
Mira.
Beautiful.
You? No, I don't want that smugness. You hurt Delilah very badly. The hell is wrong with you?
It's at this point.
And I kiss him on the forehead.
The wizard walks in with a plate full of leavened bread and just starts eating it, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, the friend will be there at 9 o'clock tonight. The leaky tap again."
What is your name, Master Wizard?
My name is Grendel.
Randall.
I asked Grendel if he has one of the like teleporters.
Teleportation circle. Unfortunately, this town did have one, and it was connected with most of the other major cities, but when magic was sort of frowned upon in the area, they made sure that there were no such teleportation circles in the city.
What is it you do here in this Mages Guild?
Well, I'm the member and headmaster, if I do claim so myself, and I do.
How many of you are there?
To this day, there are 4 surviving members, but most of them have not been around for quite some time.
Would you consider taking on a new member?
That's a bit tricky, seeing as how we at the guild always work master and apprentice, and master and apprentice. That's
You
why
don't seem to have an apprentice here.
Not here, no, but I do have one.
I see. Maybe your Padawan is ready to become a master.
Again, the place is welcome to you. As he just walks out of the room, clearly distraught by this conversation.
The place is welcome to you. Just get away from me and stop talking.
Clearly distraught by the conversation, and he wanted to, as politely as he could, end it. Yeah.
Around what time of day is it at this point?
You what?
Around what time of day is it at this point?
Oh, it's like 11 or noon.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys were talking. That didn't take up too much time. Yeah.
Zash looks over at
when
Cal.
shopping went to here.
Zash looks over at Cal and kind of winks and just says, I know we haven't been formally introduced yet, but if you stick with the kind of magic I've seen you use already, then I don't think you'll need a master anytime soon, but stick with us and we'll help you out. I'm pretty good at magic these days, at least.
I appreciate that. I'm glad you're awake again.
But I did remember that you hit me with magic, so also watch your back.
Yes, of course.
Speaking of getting hit, also Zash, and I point to the burn on my hand. What the hell was this about?
If I recall, you earned that.
I was... Oh, no. That was before I even laid a finger on you. I was trying to see what the hell was going on. I grabbed your shoulders in an attempt to snap you out of whatever the hell was going on, and you burned me.
I wasn't exactly in full cognition at that time. Why would you
Alright,
just go and touch
explain
me?
that. Explain that.
I
You weren't yourself.
don't-
What was going on?
He kind of hangs his head, like, you know, the sassiness has gone away. I don't know. There's something else in here. I can't control it.
Answer me this. Are you a danger to this group? Will you hurt
I was trying to
Jax,
tell you.
Delilah, or me?
not on purpose. But I was trying to tell you you're better off without me. I didn't think you'd friggin' take me across the town to save my life or whatever. I mean, thanks, but
That was all my idea. You're strapped to my back the whole time, buddy.
Yep, now
it's
we've
not
both
very-
had that experience. Pat him on the shoulder, and I go find, we just heard his name. I have it written down.
Grendel.
Grendel. Yeah, I'm gonna go
At the
find
end of this
Grendel.
game, everyone's going to have been on Vex's back at some point.
He will be the piggyback king.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna find Grendel.
He's out in the main room, sitting in front of the fireplace, reading a book.
Wizard guy. Grendel?
Half-elf woman, yes.
You said you knew stuff about me. How much do you know?
Well,
Oh, my ears perk up. I go in that room. It's gonna get juicy.
he leans forward and he puts out his finger and beckons you forward with one finger.
I cautiously go forward.
I'll lean up against the back wall.
All into time.
That's not an answer.
It's just not the answer that you wanted.
The classic wizard answer.
Do you at least know my name?
Mira Helder.
Do you know my real name?
Zash perks up.
Well, I know a good bit about your family and yourself.
See, that's a problem. Have they been doing things that have made you know about them?
So you're wondering if you're infamous due to the tales of your family.
I just want to know if they've gotten themselves caught.
Do you worry that your family's reputation exceeds your own often?
No, if I'm doing my job right, no one should know anything about me.
And are you happy with that?
I'm fine with it.
So me knowing a little bit worries you, yes?
A little, depending on how much you know.
It is not through your family, but I know many things. You don't get to be my age without the wisdom that comes with it.
I've never been to this town before. So you had to get it from an outside source.
Wait, one more time, what did you say?
I said, I've never been to this town before, so you've had to get this from an inside source, or an outside source.
Outside, gotcha.
Yeah.
Magic is the most outside source there is, so you are not wrong.
Would you know where my family is?
I can learn such things. Is that important to you?
I mean, it would be nice to see them every so often. But there's someone I do kind of want to know where they are. Not my family, but someone else.
Your family? Who?
He was involved in some poison smuggling. At least, I thought so. Probably still is.
Flynn.
Yes. Do you know the first name?
I wrote it down. No, that's him actually saying it, sorry.
Awesome.
I don't know it at the moment. It escapes me.
Do you know where this Flynn is?
He is in the Citadel. What
Do
is it that
you-
wish to do with him?
I don't know. I'm just... I don't know.
Just keep in mind, it's easy to judge from an outside perspective. Most people wouldn't look too kindly upon you as it is, but there is good and bad in all of us. Who knows why Glenn does what he does? We know it's wrong. We know it should be stopped, but what happens after is up to you.
That's fair. Is my family in the Citadel?
No, family is not.
That sounds about right.
Yes, they stick to smaller towns.
It's just been a while.
We tend to look fondly on the past, even when it's not always meant to be looked fondly upon.
Alright, guys, I know you're listening in. Can you just try to be more discreet about it, please? It's kind of annoying.
Tell
How
Randy you're still leaning up
loud
across
you are.
against the wall, just
Well,
like
not
right
really.
there.
I'm flipping
Loud
a
but
coin
obvious.
now.
You're obvious. It's annoying me.
I've been stuck in my own head with this stupid voice for like 3 days. I'm just excited to hear some other gossip for once.
Well, lucky for me, you got jack shit. Ugh.
You just
She
missed.
appreciates her privacy, he says.
Well, Zash, you've been sleeping all day. So, is there anything you want to do?
Well, I see all the fancy new stuff you guys have, and I've got money burning a hole in my pocket. I was told there's someone I need to go see about something that might interest me, so I think that's next on the agenda. And he hops out of bed and kind of wobbles a little bit, trying to find his footing. Oh, feels weird.
Kind of a bit of a tingle in your legs.
Yeah. Jax, you wanna help me out here?
Sure.
He picks you up onto his shoulders once again.
Not what I meant,
You-
but actually, yeah, it's fine.
You accept it, you wrap your legs around his like torso at this point. He's very tall. Naturally.
Oh my god. Two grown men giving each other a piggyback ride. This is amazing.
So Ivan knows to meet you at the Leaky Tap. Okay.
Where is that?
It is just past the tavern, the place where you sleep. The
Sleepy
I know
Hollow?
So many words. Yes, the Sleepy Hollow. He's trying to say the word "in," but never comes to him. And he goes just past that building there, and yes, it will be there.
On my
Well.
noble steed.
Well, I'm always up for some day drinking.
I can tell him to arrive earlier if you wish.
We wish.
Okay. He will be there in just an hour or so.
On our way out, I just go up to the wizard dude. And I just say, "Are they all right?" Assuming he knows because of how much magical shit I sensed on him.
You did. He goes, yes, them. Hey, wait, which ones?
Oh my god. I've only messaged you this stuff a million
No,
times.
I know he's saying this.
I say,
Yes,
think
which
it? Do I-
ones?
do I
Which
have to
ones?
say it?
Yeah.
oh my god. I just say my wife and child, but quietly,
Oh.
knowing Zash probably hears me because he's on my back.
I want
But
everyone else to make a perception check.
This one. Oh my god! Gosh darn
15.
it. I'm not gonna write it in my notes because I didn't hear it.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You do hear it. What did Mira get? It didn't sound good, but
I rolled another natural one!
another natural one. So yeah, you did.
I have
not
cast
roll.
away at least 4 dice.
You're walking out
Two.
and bunk, you hit your head on the like low beam that was just there that you didn't even see from the sign hanging right outside the door.
That's a feat because I'm very short.
It's very low. It's almost as if it just dropped on the wall just so that you could run into it.
Yeah.
How about Zash?
Oh, I didn't
well,
know
he's
I had
like
to roll
right
it
on my
because-
shoulder.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Alright. I
With
was trying to
advantage.
get the accomplishment of not having to roll any dice during a D&D game.
Oh, that's not an accomplishment. I would feel horrible if that actually happened. With advantage, though.
Okay, well it's a 20, so I don't
Okay.
really need to roll it again.
Yeah, you do hear it. He goes, I know, I was just hoping to draw it out of you.
Wow.
Because-
That guy is such a... Oh.
He goes, they're fine. Both of them. They're not together. But they are good.
Well, that's good to hear that your wife and kid are doing okay.
Did I hear that? Did I hear that?
Yeah, that you do hear. Kelray
Yes!
here made that as obvious as could be.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Well, this wasn't supposed to be a secret, was it? I don't know.
You have a kid. Cool.
Yes.
You've been holding out on me, you old dog.
You can't tell everybody everything.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
How old is he?
How long have I been traveling for?
At this point, it's been years.
I'd
say
I was
your best guess would be 8 to 12.
okay.
Oh. I'm not gonna pry anymore. But good for you.
No, it's good that they're all right.
Does he hate you yet?
I don't even know if he knows I exist.
Then yeah, probably.
Hey, I don't think it'll be too bad. I never knew my dad.
Sometimes you're better that way. Trust me.
I feel like I'm a pretty good guy, but
Alright. You guys make your way over. It's a short walk between here and the tavern. You guys head across the street, past the inn, over to the tavern where you see the sign overarching the front door that says the Leaky Tap. You walk in, and to your right, in the far back right-hand corner, there appears to be one person sitting in that corner booth, very much so hidden by the shade. The only light coming in is the natural light from the windows, but there are not many windows. It is dark, rather concealed, and
Zash, like he kind of flexes a little bit, like stretching out his muscles,
Yeah.
and then lights his hair on fire for the first time in a while.
It lights it up a good bit. It provides a nice candlelight
feels
to
better.
the natural, we'll say, abandonedness of a tavern at noon. But yeah, it lights up the room a good bit, and it provides a bit more light over to the person who's sitting over in the corner with a box to their side. And that is the only person that you see around.
Guess that's who we're seeing then. Goes up to him.
Zash walks up to him.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Alright, is it Zash or is everybody walking over?
Oh, okay, right, so.
Yeah, I'll walk over, but try and kind of behind him.
That's what
If
Delilah
that's possible.
does too. She actually takes one of the tables in the middle of the room, not the booth. She takes like a table, like the corner table right next to the booth. She sits down there and holds out one for Mira for her to take a seat.
Actually, is there a bartender there?
There is a bar over to your guys at the opposite corner of the booth corner. If you don't see anyone, but you can walk over and ask for someone or see.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over.
Alright, you walk over. There is like just a little bell, but it looks like a fully stocked bar that comes out in sort of a peninsula kind of shape, and there does not appear to be anybody there.
Can I ring the bell?
Go ahead. Ding. It draws even more. Well, it draws the attention of the stranger who's sitting off in the corner, who was looking at Zash as he walked over, lighting up the whole room. Sits down in front of her, and then she's a little bit jumpy. She gets a little bit startled by the bell, as it also draws the attention of the barkeep, who walks up. Oh, wasn't expecting to have visitors at this time. What can I get you?
Something strong, please. I think I'd have a really rough day.
Oh, I think I got just the thing. He gets one of the items from more so the top shelf, the second from the top, I should say, and he starts to pour that into a stein along with some beer. He actually mixes it with. It's interesting. You've never really seen him mix it with beer, but he hands that to you. He goes, "That will be 1 silver piece, and trust me, it's worth every penny or every pence."
Sure, and I give him a silver piece.
You drink it. It tastes like really strong beer. It is good though. It's very tasty. Has an extra floweriness to the natural herbs and hops of the beer. As Zash, you're sitting in front of this cloaked figure. They remove the hood. Ah, I've been expecting you, says a woman,
So I hear.
which you were not expecting.
She pretty?
And
What
there
about
goes
Eldith?
Eldith, just gone. She is, she's, sorta looks elvish. You can't tell if it's the facial features. She looks like a more elvish half-elf, if that makes any sense. She has the pointed ears, of course, but she also has these eyebrows, which really, they're very elongated eyebrows that, well manicured, that her hair is very well manicured. Even when she pulls the scarf over her head, or the hood down, it just naturally flows right into place, and it flows with every movement in the head that she makes. And there is, it's not really a dark elf personality about her. It's similar to an elemental, like fire elemental, darkness to her skin.
He's intrigued.
Well, do you have the money?
What are we talking here? I was just told to meet you.
Well, yes. I'm sure that's. I'm sure you were told all about how I have something that will help you, but I don't just give away my items no matter what Grendel says to all the travelers. So, do you have money?
I mean, I have money. I need to know what it costs.
It costs 500 gold pieces. I really wish Grendel
Woof.
would start telling people this.
Me too. What is this thing? That's a lot of money.
We will say it's a surprise, yeah? You see,
No, we won't.
I would like to roll for intimidation.
Okay.
I want to like slam my fists on the table
Okay.
and be like,
I'm just gonna watch.
what it is now, or else. That's a
Where's
19 plus 7.
She rolled
25.
a natural 20.
Damn you.
See, what you don't understand is that this entire town hates all magical things, and I'm not even gonna say the name of this thing, let alone take it out. Once it's yours, once you've purchased it, you're welcome to show it to whoever you wish, but I don't want any prying eyes, certainly not the barkeeps that this brunt just attracted the attention of, to notice what this is. So, yeah, we just say 500 gold, you take it. Certainly Grendel told you how valuable it is, if he didn't say the exact price.
I want to lean over the table, and I want to try and to intimidate one more time.
She rolled a natural 20. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Charlie. Like,
To resist the first intimidation, but wait until you hear this.
you can't just. Okay, you gotta have something really, really good to be able to intimidate twice after a fail.
All right. I'm gonna create a fireball in my hand.
Oh God.
And
You're gonna get yourself killed.
I'm gonna look at her. And I'm gonna look at the barkeep, and be like, "People hate magic users, don't they? Be a shame if one was found to have killed the barkeep. And I have 4 witnesses in here that'll point the finger at you."
Uh,
I don't know if Jax would
And-
agree with this.
Zash
I don't
uses
think-
control flames to shape this fireball into a finger pointed at her.
That is awesome.
Just to help the intimidation.
Jax has to be noticing this.
Now, it would be even worse if you had some sort of dangerous magical artifact on your person when you were captured.
am I
You
noticing
make
this because I have
your waggle back and
alcohol?
forth.
She raises one of her streamlined things. You do notice a little something going on, but you just hear a snap from her fingers, and then off to your right, as you look back to your left to see what happened, and immediately off to your right you hear the barkeep and an explosion as the barkeep goes, "Oh my God!" as this burst of flame lights up the entire top shelf of the bar, and this fire starts to spread from that location slowly.
Oh my god.
What a
You can
waste.
play at this game, yeah? Will you-
And Zash
I
uses
walk
control
over.
flame to immediately extinguish the flame.
Oh, good. You have some goodness in you.
I walk over.
Let's
over.
just say that where I got this, I'm sure is a place that you are very familiar with. And
Okay,
that you
Jax
will
has
really
to
love.
notice this.
Zash.
So Jax steps between them, and he's like, "This will help my friend, right?"
It will.
Zash,
I'm
how
gonna
much
roll
is this
for
worth to you?
insight and see if she's telling the truth.
She's telling the truth. Well, yeah, you can, but
Can I walk over?
you walk over. You cut out a little bit. Yeah, you can walk.
Oh,
over.
yeah. Zash, how much is this worth to you?
I don't even know what it is.
Fine. If they're gonna be idiots about this, I will buy it. 500 gold, and I give her 500 gold.
Whoa!
It is mine now.
Where did you get 500 gold?
I loot shit.
I
Wow.
thought
But
you
I
were too
don't
busy
have a
paying
lot
all
of
the
gold
innkeepers in the
anymore.
world.
Oh right, I forgot. I bury all the dead bodies that we leave behind. Not looting them.
That's so cute.
I paid 500 gold.
Well, so long as I get my money. She takes it. It's a pleasure doing business, and she leaves this small wooden box. Well, I say small, it's about the size of your torso.
Does she walk out?
Yeah, she walks out of the bar.
As she does, I say, "Apologies for the informalities."
No problem at all. I hope I see you again.
Likewise.
I really wanted to kill her.
I had half a mind. Fucking stop.
After Zash.
I look at Jax.
Okay.
Jax, I'm entrusting you to hold this for me.
Okay.
Zash, this was meant for you. I paid for it. So if you want it, you're gonna have to convince me. Because
Convince me with money.
Can I know what it
you
is
don't know
first?
what I want. You're gonna have to convince me.
But can I know what it is first?
Can
It's
I
at this
open
point
the
that you guys hear come from the box.
Can I open the box?
It's in Jax's hands.
But I can open it. You have to hold it with 2 hands.
God. I hold it out to Mira.
You hold it out as she's trying to get in.
Can I just like peek it open?
You unlatch the top latch, you open it up, and there is this white fluff ball with just like bits of like the fur on this creature is just flowing, like it moves like fire. And then you just see out of this fluff this little head turn upward and look at you, and but then you will also see another head pop out from beneath it, and another one, and there in front of you is a tiny baby Cerberus puppy.
Cute.
Oh my god! This is Rachel, by the way. Mira wouldn't do this. It's so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, Zash would. Say
Does it have white fur? It had white
It has
fur,
white
right?
fur.
But it's magical like fire.
It is magical like fire, and that's, you get the idea now what she meant, that you've probably been here a lot. These Cerberus puppies are only from the astral plane of fire genasies.
Can I like reach out and let him sniff my hand?
Yes. Make an animal handling check.
Don't kill me now. Ooh, not bad, not bad, not bad. 18.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that was a 19, but we're gonna say that 18 is, it's for a difficulty setting, not a roll against roll. You hold out your hand and it begins to lick you, and it's warm. It like your hand starts to sizzle a little bit, and it's on the hand that's wounded on the other side. But
Is it my? It would be my right hand that's already burned.
yeah, exactly. It's burnt on the palm, but you held out your hand and it starts to lick the back of your hand, and it's burning and sizzling and it hurts. But it's an adorable baby Cerberus. So
Okay.
Can I
Zash
pet
wants to
the
do an
fur?
Arcana check on the Cerberus, but he got a 12.
I'm gonna go ahead and pet the fur.
you begin to pet the fur. It flows like it. Once you brush past it, it moves back up, and again it moves like almost like fire. It is not as warm to the touch as the liquid from its mouth was, its spit, but it is still a little bit warm. And with the Arcana check, you just know what I said, that they are very common on the astral plane for fire genasi, and they can be good companions.
I'm gonna, oh, what do I have? Oh,
Okay, so
hold on.
here's the thing.
I'm gonna.
These guys are all over my home world. Well, my ancestral world, I should say. I've never been there.
Again, they're only on your ancestral plane. They're not all over your ancestral plane.
He's flourishing.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just making sure that you, the player, Justin, knew that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take one of my iron spikes for him to chew on. Or I'll take 3 for him to chew on.
Yeah, each head appreciates it. They begin to teeth on the.
Good boys. And I close the lid. Zash, you're gonna have to try really, really fucking hard to get. You're gonna have to try really hard. I was never allowed a pet as a child.
I was not. That's what I'm trying to see. These creatures, they're they're from my world. We have a connection to each other. They're built from the same things that I was. It's
True, but
it's
I showed
important
that
to me to have a
500.
connection to my elemental side. Do you understand that?
Not really.
It's really important.
Would you guys do me a
You
favor?
can see he's being really honest with you.
In the group D&D or just your own D&D, either Justin or Rachel, whoever wants to, or both, go ahead and search up Cerberus Puppy.
Okay. There you
What
go. You'll probably
exactly
get
are
to
we
it
looking
faster
for?
than
Just like their stats and stuff?
monsters.
Yeah, Cerberus Puppy.
Does it have to be puppy, or
Well,
is there a
there's no
difference?
other kind of Cerberus. But I made the stats for the Cerberus Puppy. And I don't think... It's in my collection. I don't know if sharing it works.
Because it's like I found the creature and it says it's a large fiend and gives a stat block. I would assume that's not a puppy.
In D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I couldn't
Oh,
find
no,
it in
not
D&D.
Beyond.
No,
I couldn't
yeah,
find
I'm
it in
sharing
D&D
on there.
Beyond.
Okay. Well, I'll figure that out throughout the week. But it is listed as a small fiend. Either way, I'm also going to take screenshots and send them. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, basically he's trying to be really sincere with you and explain why he feels such an attachment to these things, because he doesn't have anything from his home world. Like, he's never even been there. You know, he doesn't really know that much, so this is one thing that feels like he actually, you know, can like be a part of that side of himself, since he's
And
only half elemental.
You're assuming that Mira would understand that. She probably doesn't.
Aren't you half elf?
Oh.
Don't you ever like feel like you need something from your elven side that you just never got?
Based on her background, she probably wouldn't feel that way.
Okay, look.
She would think not knowing a parent wouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah, maybe it would be best if we do give it to him. I mean, that one guy did say that it was meant for him, right?
I could give you most of your money back. I don't have 500 gold. That's why I was trying to barter with her, but I can give you most of it.
I can pitch in the rest.
Tell you what. There will come a time when I need you to do something for me. What I want in exchange for this piece of your world are 3 favors.
You're taking the genie part a little literally, huh? He smiles.
I don't know much about Jinn, but 3 favors seems fair.
Did
One for
someone
each
say
head.
gin?
I'll
The
take it.
bartender says.
Yes, I read about them in a book the other day.
Right, well, if you'd like any kind of gin, just come over here.
Oh.
I get it.
But 3 favors. Do we have a deal?
We do. I don't like owing people, but I'll make an exception.
All right. Well, when we get back to where we're staying, he can stay with you, but you have to make sure to take care of him.
Yeah. He kind of looks at all of you and just... I think I need to get used to being around a lot of things more.
Yeah, so if he starts crying in the middle of the night, he's your problem. I may not have had a dog growing up, but I know puppies can whine and cry all through the night.
And there are 3, Delilah says.
And they can make messes that you need to clean up, and I don't know if his will be flammable.
Then he's the perfect one to take care
You're
of it.
best equipped for this.
I will mark down the
Zash opens the
free
box
favors.
and looks in at all three heads. And I feel like they look back because they can sense, kind of a connection.
They look at you very happy, and their one singular tail wags as the head is just very happy.
And he's taken back to the one memory he has of him and his mother when he was little, where she kind of like she throws him up into the air like you do with children,
Yeah.
but then just holds him there on like a stream of fire, like engulfing him in fire. And they lock eyes, and little baby Zash just smiles and giggles. While their the human father just kind of looks on, like sad that he can't be a part of this because he's a flammable human. And he smiles at his pups.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it's no problem. I'm sorry. I tried to hit you earlier. You really hurt Delilah.
I was trying to protect her. I knew I wouldn't kill her.
You almost did.
What?
Alright, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so, as you guys are getting ready to leave the place, Delilah actually goes, I'm really happy that you gave over Cerberus to Jax. I think he'll be able to take good care of it.
Yep. Well, at least I got something out of it. I'm gonna
You got,
check on something at the inn that we're staying at. Y'all wanna?
But you got more than one thing out of it too. I also got you something from the clothing store. As she pulls out
Oh,
this-
how much do I owe you for that, by the way?
It's no problem. It was on me. She
Oh,
pulls out
okay.
this elegant peach dress, which, just looking at it, you can tell it's gonna hug your body a good bit, but it looks very, very beautiful. It looks, again, very elegant, like a super shiny silk.
Peach.
Yeah,
It's lovely.
because you said that I was a peach, and so this is like our.
It's very pretty.
Glad you like
She buying this?
it. Make a deception check. That's
Oh
all I was gonna
god.
say.
18.
Yep, she bought it.
Thank you, +7.
Alright.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna go and see if the mystery person responded to my note.
Yeah, actually, there is someone sitting in one of the chairs, and when you go to take the note from the tavern, from the bulletin board, you see that it's gone. But then someone sitting in the study is actually holding onto that note sitting there.
I walk over.
He looks up at you. No.
I see you have my note.
Ah. So you wrote this. Not the one I'd expect. So, what are you looking for?
Do we need to go somewhere a bit more private?
It's fine. I mean, you can, but I think we'll be okay. He snaps his fingers, and it doesn't seem like too much happens, but you did hear like a little bird chirping outside the window, and that sound has just stopped.
I'm starting to get sick and tired of magic. Alright. I have to find my notes for the name. Sarlocke said that you could help me find a few items. I don't need much. They shouldn't be too hard to find. I need to find a forgery kit and a poisoner's kit.
Poisoner's kit should be. Well, both of them should be something wrong.
And if there are any other things you might want to pass on to someone who wants to spread a little trouble, but not too much to get caught, I'd be willing to listen.
What kind of things?
If I get in some trouble and I need a way out.
I don't know if it works for your ones, but I do have this. He takes out this small. It sort of looks like a gold ring, and it has like an inscription on the inside of it. But the shape of it is the ring is two bones that like wrap around the finger, and then they meet at a skull in the very center. It says it's called the Memento Mori ring. Here, take a look. Do me a favor, roll an investigation check.
Alright. Ooh, 21.
21. You take a look at it, and at the skull, you pop it open, and right there beneath the skull is a small little area perfect enough for a very small item, such as a very tiny ruby, diamond, or possibly a drop of a liquid of sorts.
To the DM, does it look like it would match my new dress?
Yeah, actually. It does. It's like
Nice.
gold. It's like a light gold that matches Peach really well.
And how much would all this run me?
Poisoner's kit. Actually, I do sort of need to look that up, but if you happen to know, out of game, do you know how much a poisoner's kit is?
Look at handbook, because it's right here. I'll find it.
While she looks that up, Austin, I have to go. Could I just go to the Mages Guild and like go ask Grendel if I could hang out with them while I stay in the city
50
to avoid the
pieces for
persecution?
the poisoner's kit. Yeah, Grendel is very accepting of that. He doesn't seem very talkative. He still doesn't want to talk too much, it seems, but yeah, and we'll just go ahead and end this. You get the poisoner's kit, we'll say 50-50 and maybe 10, he says 110 for the lot of them.
Ooh. Alright, I give him... Can I give it to him in silver?
1,100 silver pieces. If you happen to
Sure.
have that. Okay.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow.
So that puts
Jesus
me at
Christ, you have been holding on.
95
to
silver.
gold.
I stole from that
Yeah.
prayer box, which
Right.
was 2,000 silver. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. At the sloop.
now I only have 950 silver.
Only. Alright. So we end the day. Mira, he says that he'll get that to you guys, you in a day. So a number of you have a couple of items that throughout the day you will be waiting on for tomorrow. Most likely the adventurers will continue on their journey next Monday at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time as we continue every Monday here on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/themajesticgaming, as well as the YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/c/themajestic, where these get uploaded to as well. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and we hope that you enjoyed it. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.